All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another live stream. Maybe, possibly, could be. Let's see once we get someone to join. I think Fear is on right now because I'm late. I'm late, dudes. I'm late. So Fear is on right now tonight. People probably watching it at the moment. And this episode is a good one. This one's a real good one. Hey, we got Guts here. How's it going, Guts? What's new, man? We got L2 Extreme. It's going good, L2. How you doing, man? So that's good. How's the audio? Hear me okay? Yeah, what's up, Guts? We got Eric. What's up, Eric? How's it going? Azusa, you look ugly. Yeah, Sir Trev of the YouTubes. Demand Hammer, what's up? That's right. I'm not a sir, right? I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. We got Jay. Hey, Jay, what's up, man? How you doing? And we got Josh, and we got Shumata. We got Grim. Oh man, so we're doing good, man. We're doing good. So yeah, I think Fear the Walking Dead's on right now. Posted a review for it yesterday. It was an awesome episode. Really, really great one. I gave it a 10 because I thought it was just so much better than, what we've come to expect for Fear. It was really fantastic. Thanks, Spike. Appreciate it, man. Hey, Boogie, how you doing, man? Boogeyman 1976. Good stuff. And yeah, man. So let's see. We've had 2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. So that means that we've got what? Are there going to be 6 episodes more? Is it 7? Not sure. I don't think they've announced exactly how many they're doing or anything. But, for this back half of season 6. But, man, it's been really great. And this second episode was even better than the first. So that's 2 episodes into the back half of Fear. And already we get 2 major character deaths. So very, very cool stuff. Tara said, I'm going to see if I can watch your live in my Oculus. Okay, let me know, Tara, how that goes. But this isn't a 3D camera, so I don't know how that would affect it. I think it would be pretty much the same. Marvin, how's it going? How you doing? It's good stuff. So everybody says I look like Eminem, right? It's like, which wasn't my intention. It wasn't what, it was like as many comments, my comment section about my hair as there was about spoiler warning, John's death and Fear the Walking Dead. And then we got another one here too. So it's fun to see that you guys are as interested in my hair color as you are in, in Fear of the Walking Dead right now. It's good stuff. But I didn't know, but I heard that actually the 90s bleach blonde hair thing is an encoded signal for MK Ultra mind control. So people who've been out of MK Ultra mind control programming. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the thing. I hadn't heard that. John Doe sent me that. He said, careful, Trev, tread lightly. Dyeing your hair blonde is a sign of MK Ultra reprogramming, he said, which I didn't know about that one. I heard about the monarch butterfly. If you guys have ever seen, they will use monarch butterflies. Is that because of the monarchy? I'm not sure, but exactly what it's supposed to symbolize. But sometimes they'll use like monarch butterfly, some of these kind of career lifetime actors or entertainer type people, like the Mickey Mouse Club, some of the members of that, like Britney Spears will show kind of like a flip in and flip out of personalities and stuff, that kind of thing. It's fun to kind of think about some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. But I've never done like a background check on Eminem or anything like that. I didn't dye my hair to try to look like Eminem or anything. I wasn't Trev people are calling me. I don't know. I've never really been that into it. I'm not really much of a rap guy. But, I did like in the 90s kind of the Dr. Dre, Eminem stuff that they did when they kind of first started. So if you do Eminem backwards, what is that? Is that mini me, right? So E-M in M backwards. Me, me. So who is he a mini-me of? I'm not sure. So there's a lot of, you can do a lot of kind of background research about certain people in the entertainment industry, and it's fun to do. There's a lot of occult stuff. He's got the one album, doesn't he, where he does Rap God with the one-eye symbolism. You guys seen that one? I think we've probably seen that one over the years at some point, maybe not realized it. people that are so kind of prevalent in culture and everything. But I have actually been to. There was a movie, the '90s movie 8 Mile, I think it was called, and I've actually been to 8 Mile, which is it's not a very nice place. It's not too bad either. It just looks like kind of like 8 Mile Road. It just looks like a like an automotive type of thing. It's I think they count it by the miles, so there's like 7th mile, 8th mile, you know, whatever. But it's not that bad. So yeah, good stuff. So that's what Azua said. Hi, Slim Shady. Yeah, so that's good. Thank you for the super chat. Heaven Sent Hellbent 194. If you have a question as well, feel free to send it through. Are you watching? Is that A? So it's $2.99 in A. Is that Australian dollars? Why do I have so many people watch from Australia? I don't know. Australia. I don't know why. I just do for some reason. Trev, come to Wisconsin. Oh, really? Jay, so you like Eminem? Jay? God says Trev Eminem forever. Trev Dust says to Manhammer. So is it Gold Dust? Is that what it is, right? Trev Dust. Was he in AEW now? They did the Blood Brothers thing with is it Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, who's he's Gold Dust, and that's Dusty Rhodes, right, where he would do the elbow thing. That was like his wrestling move, like way back in like what, the '80s or something. He like a high elbow is what it was his thing. It's fun stuff. Sometimes I like to watch the old school like wrestling stuff. It's just fun. YouTube, you can watch a lot of it. It's good stuff. Yeah, he is kind of. I don't even think he does the blonde thing anymore. Pretty sure he doesn't, but J-Dev likes him. I got the lyrics for a real Slim Shady, so we could do that if you guys want to. Do you guys want to go through lyrics? Maybe we won't even want to. Again, it was not what I was. I didn't intend for it to be that way. I was thinking more like if you go into the '90s, like Offspring, that kind of thing. The lead singer of Offspring. I've seen Offspring live. They're awesome, as you might expect. But I forget the lead singer's name from Offspring, but he does like a blonde hair and spike up type of thing. Yeah, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, guys, that's it, right? Johnny Bravo. Love Johnny Bravo. I've got a custom Johnny Bravo action figure. Let me grab it. Yeah, it's too much fun, man. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. So this is a custom I got off a guy on eBay. This is a Marvel Legends Johnny Bravo. Oh, awesome, right? So he's got the black shirt. He's got the muscles, bigger than I am. And he's got the hair, which is fun. So it's he's got glasses molded on. The glasses don't come off because he's a custom. So but you can see that smile on the side, right? I think the customizer did a good job, right? Johnny Bravo. Damn, I'm pretty, right? It's good. So, that's cool, man. Yeah, let's see. So what do you guys think about Fear's new episode? Have most people seen it? Hey, Ozzy wants to hear my thoughts on Invincible on Amazon. Yeah, hey, Ozzy, I've got Invincible, so let's get Invincible going too, man. Oh, shit. Oh, damn, dude. Oh. All right, here we got Invincible, dudes. So he wants to hear my thoughts on Invincible. So let's go and do some Invincible. Yes, I'm a big Invincible fan too. I love how, what is he like explain it to me like as if I don't know what it is. Hey, Oz explains to me like as if I don't have like every issue, right? Reboot, very cool. The artwork's awesome on Invincible. But yeah, if you guys are not watching Invincible on Amazon, it is fantastic. Really, really fantastic. And hey, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, man. I do some reviews for Lost. Do you want to see some Lost reviews? I don't know. Jay, what'd you think? You liked this episode of Fear also, too, didn't you? What'd you give it as a score? This is Invincible Volume 1. Let's see. And Invincible gets better as it goes. It doesn't get worse. So there's new episodes. I think there's a new episode now I haven't seen just yet. Battle Beast makes an appearance, I think, which is really cool. Modern Family. And there's like blood everywhere. They like beat the shit out of each other. It's pretty freaking awesome, man. So, yeah, reviews of Lost. Like a throwback review of Lost Day. You think so? I don't know, man. I'll have to see. That's Battle Beast right there. Yeah, Battle Beast is wicked. Wicked, man. So he like beats the crap out of Invincible in the last episode I saw, which was like last week's, I think. Here he is here. He's just a big, what is that, like a lion? Like a lion, some kind of white lion, which is really cool. So yeah, Invincible rocks, man. If you guys have not read Invincible, you got to read it. Starring Stephen Yeun. Here is Omni-Man versus Battle Beast. And they beat the hell out of each other. So yeah, it was good, right? Yeah, I know I need a Negan poster. That's true, Jay. We need a Negan poster. Yeah, I got to work on that. That's true. Yeah, Fear was real good. Well, Lost, I could maybe do some reviews for like the first couple episodes. We'll see. Aliens, right? That's cool. Jay, have you seen Invincible? You gotta watch Invincible. Amazon Prime, really good. Anyway, here's another one, cool one: a Battle Beast getting smashed by Omni-Man, and vice versa. So very cool. All right, why don't I put these? I'll put these back, but I will just say that if anyone isn't watching Invincible on Amazon Prime, you got to watch it. I did a review for the first episode. Oh, here's what's this one's name? Super Dinosaur? I think so, right? Super Dinosaur. Or is that another one he does? Get Smart. I forget. I can't keep track. Kirkman's got a lot of crazy comic book characters that are just crazy. And I'm pretty sure isn't the dinosaur? Here's the dinosaur here. I think he's like a conspiracy theorist too. What does he talk about here? Does he talk about this city is an abomination of this earth? It was not meant to be here. A man-made oasis in the middle of naturally formed desert. Yeah, he's like he sounds like one of these UN people, sustainability people. It's just like human beings are bad, that kind of thing. We must depopulate that whole thing, right? So good stuff. This is like this character in Invincible kind of looks like Rick, doesn't he? This sheriff here, where is it? Right there. Kind of reminds me of Rick somehow. Anyway, I'll put the Invincible stuff back, but man, Invincible is awesome, and they got a lot to work from, man. They got a lot of stuff still to cover, so that's for sure in Invincible. Yeah, dude. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Boogie said, Trev, remember WCW's Super Giant Ninja? I do remember some. I think they did a RoboCop match, didn't they, in WCW, where they had like RoboCop come in WCW and he was like wrestling, or it's like however RoboCop would wrestle. Did he wrestle Sting or somebody? I forget. I'm a huge fan of Sting as well too. Really good in WCW. There you go. There's like the Sting. It's like Sting hair, but prior to the Crow gimmick. So yeah, let's see what else Jay had to say. So Jay said that Fear was good. There's too much Daryl in your background. Yeah, need an Negan poster. I'm thinking about getting rid of this one, Jay. We'll probably have to get rid of this one, that one too. Yeah, you're probably right. And then Daryl up there. We got Negan here once, so we should balance it out a little bit. I have not, but if you do Lost reviews, I'll watch some Invincible. Okay, a trade-off. I'll do a review for Lost, and then you can watch the first episode of Invincible and see if you're not hooked by the end of the first episode. Favorite wrestler of all time, says Jack. Favorite wrestler of all time, Jack? Ooh, that's a good question, man. All-time favorite? I might have to go with Hogan. Yeah, the Hulkster, or maybe if it's not like maybe Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yeah, okay, I'll go with Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Just because yellow, take your vitamins, all that stuff. Yeah, that's cool. I'm a Hulkamaniac from way back, and I want to be. You guys ever heard the song "I Want to Be a Hulkamaniac"? They have an actual song for it, like an '80s. I want to be a Hulkamaniac. And the chorus is like, have fun with my family and friends. It's a terrible song. But like the yellow and red. Bret Hart's pretty good too, Maiden, but I like the Hulkster more. We love the Hulkster in Canada too. We love Bret Hart because Canadian, we love Bret Hart. But Chris Jericho, Bret Hart, the Hulkster though, number one, Hollywood Hulk Hogan for me, I guess, because that heel turn was I remember I was so distraught after he was evil. I was like, what? Hulk Hogan's evil? No, I was in denial. I was like, it was real for me, dudes. It was real for me. So I was like, no, how could Hulk be? He did it for the money. What do you mean he did it for the money? It's like, no. Ultimate Warrior. Oh, I love the Warrior, man. He did a shoot interview where he just went after Hogan for an hour. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. Ultimate Warrior shoots on Hogan. Kind of the background. You feel like there was some jealousy between the Ultimate Warrior and the Hulkster. But I don't know why there would be, because Hulkster put the Warrior over at WrestleMania, so in front of everybody, and made him real made him look awesome and everything. I mean, if you do a job, if you're Hulk Hogan and you do a job for somebody at WrestleMania, well, what year was that? That was 90s, right? Like early 90s. It's like you can't make somebody better than that. So I don't know, but I guess there was a lot of heat. Like Warrior hated Hogan and whatnot. So anyway, Ultimate Warrior, love Ultimate Warrior, crazy stuff. The Hulkster, NWO, WCW, Stone Cold, gotta love Stone Cold, man. Stone Cold was awesome in the 90s, absolutely. He was like, he saved WWE. I think if it wasn't for him, then HBK as well. Yep, Simpson, HBK. The one that put WCW out of business, and I did a lot of research into this because I just, as a fan, I wanted to know, how did WWF or WWE, how did they beat WCW? And it was, I think Kevin Nash said it too as well in a shoot interview, it was the WrestleMania with Tyson. So I forget what number that was which year that was. It was like late 90s. But they did an HBK Stone Cold WrestleMania with Mike Tyson. And when they did that and brought Tyson in, and they did the promo where you had Stone Cold in the ring, and Mike Tyson comes down, and there's like a schmoz, everybody all over the place and whatever. I thought, like, at that moment, I was like, oh, it's over, man. WCW's dead. Like, when they did that, it was like, that's it. It was because Tyson was so hot at that moment. And to bring him in and get light on Stone Cold and HBK and the match and everything, guest referee, that whole thing. They'd done the guest referee thing before with like boxers and whatnot, but that was it, man. When they did that, it was like WCW was done. Plus, you could only use Hogan for so long, and they weren't really building up new stars that well in WCW. Like, they had Goldberg, and that was awesome, but they were getting these crazy fat cat contracts where they were getting paid like Boogu. Everybody was getting Boogu money in WCW because Ted Turner, billionaire Ted, and that whole thing that was going on, the AOL Time Warner merger and all that. But yeah, they definitely did. WWE beat them. So yeah, I also like, Anthony says, Randy Savage, the Macho Man. Yeah, I like Macho Man. So like Hogan, Macho Man, Stone Cold. I got a lot of favorites, right? Undertaker, HBK, Sting. Always gotta put Sting in there. Absolutely one of the best ever, even though he wasn't in WWE. Triple H, pretty good. And who else you got? Is that basically all like my favorites? I think so. Well, you got to put Brock Lesnar in there too, right? Because Brock Lesnar's been, he's been huge since like post Stone Cold. Like once Stone Cold, that era was kind of coming down. The Rock went to the movies. Stone Cold, his body was shot, his knees and whatever were, basically screwed. After that, too many years of doing everything. When Brock Lesnar came in, that was something. Like the next big thing, Brock Lesnar, that was good. That and isn't he still in it now? Like even I haven't watched the recent WrestleMania, but yeah, Vince Russo, says J-Dev. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Vince Russo. I think Vince Russo is a genius, and he's got like a rivalry going with what's his name? What's the other guy's name? The guy with the glasses and the what does he bring with him? Cornette. Yeah, Jim Cornette. Yeah, so Vince Russo and Jim Cornette have got some heat going there. It's like professional rivalry because like one was chosen, the other. I love Vince Russo. I'm a huge fan of Russo, and I think he deserves a lot of credit because he's like a hot shotter. He came in the 90s, and he's like, what are you guys doing with this 80s, like, take your vitamins and shit? Like, that's not over anymore. That's not cool anymore. We got to go like attitude. We got to do, and he switched it. So he was a genius, man, because he was he knew where things were going in the culture, and he got them to go there first. He got them to go there more quickly. And so it worked, man. Yeah, Stone Cold was like the biggest ever during that time period, man. It was crazy. Like he's the only one who could like rival Hogan during like some of Hogan's best runs, like Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And then, the 80s Hogan obviously was like, like a superhero, basically. Yeah. J-Dev says, Lesnar hasn't wrestled since last year's WrestleMania. Okay. But the point of what I'm saying is that Lesnar kind of took over after Stone Cold as like their premier offering, I want to say. Now, he left to do the UFC thing and he came back. But I think since Stone Cold, Lesnar, Undertaker's always been there. But since Stone Cold left, I think Lesnar might be one of their biggest draws. Well, there's John Cena as well, too. When The Rock comes back, he's always huge like that, like crazy big, right? So, yeah, you've had some others, but I feel like you know, for me anyway, Lesnar has been cool to watch, and then seeing him in UFC was even better. That was awesome. I really like to see him in UFC. Let's see. Yeah, WrestleMania 14. Tyson and Austin. Tyson and Austin, right? Yeah. Yeah, really good stuff. I mean, I like Chris Jericho as well too, because I'm Canadian too. So I'm a big fan of Chris Jericho. I like AEW and what they've been doing over there is really awesome stuff. So all those guys, man. Yeah, I'm a big old school wrestling fan. So yeah, absolutely. So I think that answers maybe too long of an answer. Preparing his counterattack heavier, is he? The T-Man. Like if you switch the letter out, if you take dump and you switch the D with a T, is he preparing for his resurgence, for his counterattack? All the letter after P guys are going to go crazy, and his sucker Trump's damn it, I almost said his name. T's sucker punch, right? Superstar Billy Graham. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? Yeah. Well, I would, Merritt. That sounds fun, Marilyn. I would, but I can't. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I got to work, so. As Trev had the VID, what's that? No, I haven't. And I don't think we're allowed to talk about it, are we? I don't think so. Pretty sure we're not supposed to talk about that. Yeah, Boogie, I made the list, right? Alien comic when it's released. LD, I've already done a review of The Walking Dead, The Alien. Oh, do you mean the new Walking Dead comics coming up in July, where Rick comes back to life with a lightsaber and a Star Wars hand? Yeah, we'll buy the issue. We'll do a review of it. I'm not expecting much for bringing Rick back to life in the comics and having him be like in a superhero type thing like Invincible. You might as well do it. It could be fun. Why not? But I don't take it very seriously. It just looks like fun, silly stuff. I would like to see a Clementine Walking Dead series, though, like a serious one. I think that could be really good if they want to do that. But I think Charlie Adler is tapped out. I think that he's not. I don't think Charlie Adler has the gumption to want to do like a monthly. He may want to do a bi-monthly, or even if he did quarterly. You know, I don't see why. You know, maybe he just is like whatever, wants to do whatever different types of comics he wants to do. But I'd like to see Charlie Adler do a quarterly or bi-monthly release. He could do it at leisure time for the fans for something Walking Dead. Whatever it is, Walking Dead, something. If it's Walking Dead Star Wars, if it's Walking Dead in outer space with aliens, okay, fair enough. But I like to see him do something. Matteo wants to hear thoughts on Justice League. Well, I did a review of the Justice League Snyder Cut. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of DC. I always have been. But my favorite DC movies are the Christopher Nolan, Batman, Dark Knight trilogy. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. And so that's my favorite DC stuff they've ever done. 89 Batman, classic Superman 2, Neo before Zod. I watched that recently. It's actually it stands up pretty good nowadays, actually. Neo, are you the one they call president? Neo before Zod. Neo. So it's pretty good. But, you know, the recent Justice League stuff I thought was just, you know, it's good. But I don't know if it's going to go down as like the best thing ever. I don't think so. So, hey, thanks for joining, Tanashi. Hope everything is going good for you. T's coming through. Vernon Jones of Georgia for governor. Well, could be. I don't know what I don't know if he's ever going to come back, man. I don't know if he could. It'd be fun, but I don't think they're going to let him. Once you get pushed out, they're not going to let him. They're going after Tucker now, too, on Fox. They're trying to put heat on Tucker, which I expected that already. I'm surprised it took him so long because they've censored everyone off the internet now, basically. They cleared house. They cleaned house. They even they censored James Corbett, which he doesn't even barely. He's like the least intimidating guy ever. He's like professional. He's like, you know, orderly. He's not like me. I'm like a goofball type of thing all over the place. He's like got everything sorted. He's got his notes. He's got all his facts written out. He's presenting things to you in like the most factual way possible. And he got banned too. So it's like, well, shit, if he got banned, you could ban anybody, you know? Well, thank you, Jay Gaming. I do appreciate that. Yeah, J-Dev's got it. Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, amazing, right? Even Bane was really good in Dark Knight Rises. Tom Hardy, really good. Yeah, so LD said, will Walking Dead Space be adapted to a 2-part TV special? That would be cool. I don't know what future stuff they're going to do for Walking Dead, man. I think it depends on the fan demand, what people want to see. I'm also interested to see how many years of Fear they do. Maybe a couple more years. I don't know, man. We'll have to see how long it is. Yeah, Spike Tucker is tame too. I like Tucker's promos. He does this. What do we call that? That's a different type of promo I haven't heard before. He does this when he's presenting. He does this promo where he's kind of, how do I describe this? He's sort of saying like wouldn't you, how ridiculous whatever it is he's kind of exposing. He sort of says like how ridiculous it is and how you should think it's ridiculous. But he does it in a soft way where it pretty much always works. Like he's like, wouldn't you be? What if your parents adopted some other kids? And it would be hard. It would be hard for you to, hard for anyone to disagree with that because look at the facts. So he sort of does this like soft. He's very soft about it. He's not overly abrasive, telling you what to think. He's basically, I think, in the last year or two, has done a great job of exposing how ridiculous some of the culture creation has been. And just everything that's been happening is really ridiculous in the States. So I think he does a great job. And I just think that anybody who is doing that, sooner or later will be on the list, the shit list, right? And sooner or later, people will come after them, basically. Yeah, but I think he does a great job. And I don't think he's, I can't imagine how anybody, him and James, same thing. I don't know how anybody could, think that they're like bad guys that are coming after you. It's like, what? It just doesn't even make any sense. They don't have any like bad guy qualities or traits or anything. Like not that I can see. It's like somebody like you could probably. This is what I'll say. I'll say it this way. Like if there was one kid in school that you needed them to like hold your lunch money or something for some reason, and would give it back to you at lunchtime. Those would be the guys who you give it to. You'd be like, hey, James, man. Would you mind, I got this thing going on or whatever. Could you hold this for me and then give it back to me at lunchtime? He's the guy who give it back to you. He's not the guy who would be like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. And then you get there and there's like a big pizza there and everyone's like, chowing down. Like, oh, I lost it. It's like, I just don't understand. Ron wants to know, is this Trev or is this Eminem? Trev and M, right? So there it is. Real Slim Shady. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Will the real TrevsChan2 please stand up? I repeat, will the real TrevsChan2 please stand up? We're going to have a problem here. I need the background music, right? It's not as good without the background music. But I like his one line because he says, as we move toward a new world order. What song is that from? Lyrics, Eminem. Lyrics, move toward a new world order. As we move toward a new world order. It's in Lose Yourself. Yeah, Lose Yourself. So, oops, there goes Gravity. Choked. He's so mad. Okay, where is it? Yeah. His soul is escaping through the hole that is gaping. The world is mine for the taking. Make me king as we move toward a new world order. Yeah, so, it's good stuff, right? Sometimes you got to wonder, how much does each person in the entertainment industry, how much do they know? Because some of them, it seems like they know a lot. Others, it's like, hey, maybe not so much. It's fun to just kind of think about it. So, yeah. Anyway, okay, what do we get? Javier says that Tucker will be canceled when he accidentally says J instead of the elites. Yeah, I know, right? Read this out loud. Yeah. Well, they're not all J's, but a lot of them are, actually. Kelly Media brings up Jordan Peterson. What about Jordan Peterson? I just heard he's going to be the new Red Skull or something, or the new Red Skull is Jordan Peterson. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. Jordan Peterson just happens to be a really good guy, and he just happens to be on the wrong side of things. Same with Stefan. I put them both in the same category. They're the same thing. It's like they're both really good guys. I think they're both Canadian too, aren't they? And they're both trying to educate people and put good information out in the world to change the world positively. And the elites are like, ain't having that. I'll get out of here and bring it back this way, right? It's like, yeah, it's like, that's right. It's like, hey, don't you be using facts to change culture, okay? You're not allowed to do that, all right? We define the facts. Those facts you have. Oh, wait, we can't argue? Okay, let's just censor them. Let's get rid of them, right? Okay, what else we got here? Sing some Pink Floyd's is Boogeyman. I don't know. Another brick. Mason's building another brick in the wall. Right, build that wall up. Build that fence. Right, build that wall. Last Outlaw says, who else gave up on Fear the Walking Dead? No, Last Outlaws. Fear the Walking Dead's great, man. You gotta watch Fear, dude. I'm saying, watch season 6 and start at season 6, episode 1. Watch it up to the most recent episode. And see what you think. It's really great, man. Absolutely. Yeah, Spike 43, Trev and M, Jack Jones. Who else? Oh well, we're in the New World Order. They don't know much. Yeah, I know. It's actually true, right? It's kind of sad because nobody realizes it, but it's like, yeah, that's exactly where we are now. Yeah, that's right, Javier. Yeah, he is. So yeah, please do an updated timeline video. Says Will the Casual. Well, we could do that, like for Walking Dead timeline. For the original Walking Dead series, how many years we're at, that whole thing, versus, and then Fear as well. Yeah, I know, Javier. They banned him. It was totally crazy. It's just crazy. They banned everybody, basically, man. It's really sad. I look at it and say like, wow, dude. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So, oh well, what can you do, right? So, it's just what it is. Let's see. I think that's all you guys have sent through so far here. Jay Gaming says, name a better duo than Trev and Hair Dye. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's see. TPTB is going to try to run hence in 2024. Well, whatever. I don't think it matters, man. People hate it when we talk politics anyway. What's the point? And, they're just going to do whatever they're supposed to do, and that's basically all there is to it. Yeah. Yeah, Jack, we got to do death predictions soon for Season 11. You're absolutely right. And JDM did post a picture of his son as a zombie who's going to be featured in the 5th episode for The Walking Dead Season 11. So that's going to be cool to see. A little Negan zombie, right? So I use that for the thumbnail, so it could be cool. It's just a picture of his, like the side of his face. You don't get to see too much, but it does look cool, and we should do that. You're right. We got to do that at some point here. I don't know if I'm going to do the live streams every week all the way through. Maybe I'll have to work on death predictions soon and stuff like that instead, and we'll do that and maybe do some reviews for Invincible because it's been really great too. Yeah, because of the deplatforming, Javier, he gave up on it. Well, I think he knows. I think that Stefan knows that it's a shit show. I think he knows it now. I think he realizes that it's a shit show. Yeah, and it is. It's a shit show. It's basically WWE. You could even argue that WWE is kind of more real in some ways than what they're doing. It's sad, man, when you get into it because it means that people who think they have a voice and that whole idea, like you have a voice and let your voice be heard and all that stuff, it's like they're not listening, man. They don't care. Sometimes fine. Some topics, yeah, but a lot of topics, no. So I think he knows that. But it is really sad and really it's wrong that they did that. They should have never done that. And I don't know how some of these people live with themselves doing some of the stuff they do. It's really brutal. Trev, are you a Star Wars fan? Somewhat, Raid, a little bit, but I'm not like crazy into Star Wars. I know some people are crazy into Star Wars, like they collect the Star Wars stuff, all that stuff. That's like me for Walking Dead. So I understand there's people who like Star Wars as much as I like Walking Dead. I'm just not that into it myself. Yeah, Cheryl says she's ready for season 11. I am too, man. August 22nd, Cheryl. So it's not too far off. We got about 4 months, so not bad. Let's see. Most prized Walking Dead. Will the Casual says, what's your most prized Walking Dead collectible? My Lucille probably, with real metal, which was given to me by AMC. That's probably my most prized collectible for Walking Dead, and one it's worth the most too. But the Negan here is pretty cool. I'd have to choose that as one of my favorites now. The Negan with Lucille the Bat, so that's pretty sweet. The Daryl's nice too. That one's good too. And, I got a Rick there. I got a Shane way in the back. I got a Morgan. I got a Governor. I got the Glenn. So, stuff like that is pretty cool. But I'd have to go with the Lucille Bat with real metal. That one's really sweet. That's probably my best one. So, Oh, Anthony says he learned a lot about peaceful parenting from Stefan. Cool dude. So that's great, man. Yeah, I hope he continues to do his thing. I do think he's making the world a better place. I have to say that. Like Peterson, Stefan, these guys, they are actually making the world a better place. It's just unfortunate that it's not actually a free system. It's a system that gives you an illusion of freedom, but that the culture is driven where they want it to go. And it's so obvious to see that if you just watch the news a little bit this last year. Like watch some of the certain things that have been promoted in the news, different agendas and such. You just watch it through and you think, damn, dude, it's like every freaking program is all geared towards creating a conclusion in the minds of the people, except for Tucker, or some of the people in alternative media, like online and whatnot. But as far as your television set goes, almost every program is promoting the same psychology, the same philosophy, the same stuff every time, the same agenda, victimhood mentality, and all this other stuff. It's like, man, it's just not good. But, that's what they're doing with the U.S. They know what they're doing. But I do admire people like Jordan Peterson and Stefan that they're trying, and that's a good thing. They're making an effort to try to make the world a better place. If it works or it doesn't work, well, they're trying. So that's all anybody could do. If more people tried, then it could be a lot different. So it's just unfortunate that most people just don't even realize what the hell's going on. Yeah, oh well. Let's see. About Tregan, says Jack. Yeah. Do you think The Walking Dead will end with Judith, says the great Campos 713. Well, it's going to end in season 11, but then there's going to be the Daryl Carroll spinoff. But do I think there'll be future series down the line with Judith? Or maybe Judith could be in the Daryl Carroll spinoff? Yeah, maybe. There could be stuff in the future with them afterwards. So, yeah. Yeah, that's good, Javier. I'm glad that he's doing well and he's good. I hope he didn't get any phone calls and serious threats or anything to make him do that, because that really sucks if you get that. So I hope but he got deplatformed, so maybe he would have preferred if someone called him rather than deplatformed him and told him, hey, you can't do that. But we're under the strictest. If you guys don't know, we're in Ontario. I think he's in Ontario too. We are under the strictest lockdown right now, like ever. Like, they've given police, like, I could get the technicals on it, but it's like, man, in Ontario, it's crazy. The police can ask you where you're going, why you left your house, what your address is, what you're doing. They can pull you over. They can stop you just for walking down the street and ask you, and you have to tell them. It's like, it's absolutely crazy, man. It's like house arrest. If they tell you that that's not essential, you have to go home, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do that, man. It's insane. You can go grocery shopping. You can go to like some big box retail, but they're limited capacity. They've got like capacity restrictions and such. And then aside from that, if you're going somewhere in an unessential fashion, they can send you home and tell you, you got to go back home. And apparently you do. It's like the strictest ever. So it's really crazy, man, what's going on right now where we're at. So, yeah. But crypto's doing well, so that's good. And yeah, the other stuff is really good for people. It's just a shame that good people get kicked around. I think George Carlin, did George Carlin do a joke on good people? I think he did. Like how the good people always get killed, basically. It's like he lists off, I forget the joke, I have to find the exact joke, but he goes through this joke where he talks about all the different good people throughout history that are like, are making positive change, and how they all happen to get erased early. It's like, wow. Yeah. So it's unfortunate, man, but yeah, you can't get in the way of stuff that's going on. Otherwise, yeah, it is dangerous. Yeah, it's basically a police state, Spike. Like you can't do anything. But so it's what it is, whatever. I think we're allowed to go out for exercise, and as long as the cops let us get exercise, we're allowed, I guess. But it's supposed to be in our local community, so like I guess you can exercise where you live, but maybe if you drive somewhere and want to exercise somewhere else, then maybe you're not allowed to do that. I don't know. So Liam, what's up, man? I am now 34, turning 35 in about a month and a half, man. Yeah, man. So it's cool. This is Fibonacci Blue wants to know about the shirt. This is actually a Fedor shirt. This is an Affliction band Fedor shirt right here. Where does it say Fedor? Yeah, it's a Fedor shirt from one of the events. I don't know if he fought in this one or not. I forget. But I'm a huge Fedor fan as well, too. Yeah, so what'd you say, LD? Why do great characters like Murrow only live 13 episodes, but boring characters live 3 or 4 seasons? It's probably mostly luck, LD. Just whenever they happen to join the story and what's happening in the story, basically. Yeah. Yeah, Boogie, there's not much I can do about it. If we end up in a TS19 Canadian camp or something, not much you can do about it, man. It's just like, whatever. To speak out against it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he did. Chris Botarakos talked about George Carlin, talked a lot about this stuff 30 years ago. Watch his stand-up. He was right about a lot. Yeah, he knew a lot, man. He even knew... He did stand up for Shriners. He said, like, drink up Shriners, which is a type of Freemason. He knew who the Freemasons were. He knew what they did. He knew how the system worked. He knew how the pieces fit together. He was too intelligent. I did watch one where he was on, it might have been a talk show or something. He was arguing with this other guy who seemed to be like very intellectual and but George Carlin was arguing with a guy who was like an expert in sort of what we think of as like the profane mindset. He's like an expert in like the propagandized rhetoric of how we view the world. And he was arguing with George Carlin, and George Carlin told him to like be quiet and listen so he might learn something. And it was funny because the guy blew him off. I thought he was a crazy comedian. He didn't know anything. But actually the hilarious thing is, no, George Carlin knows exactly how it works. And actually you're the one who doesn't know shit. So it was good stuff, man. He was really smart. Really, really smart. I even saw one where somebody approached him with a hidden camera and asked him about 9/11, right? And he responded, but he got freaked out because he realized the guy was recording it. And it's on YouTube. You can watch it. And he said something like that the elites don't like to investigate themselves, something like that. They don't investigate themselves, something like that. It's all simple stuff. It's not that complicated. It's like, yeah, that's true, right? They don't investigate when it's them. When it's one of their deals. So I bet he wished that person didn't upload that. But I'm glad that we got to see it. So yeah, he's brilliant, man. George Carlin for sure. New world order, says Crucifix. Yeah. Trev, you should watch UFC 261 on Saturday night, says Jay. Jay, what is the main event for 261? And I work Saturday nights, unfortunately. So that is a problem. Usman versus Masvidal 2. Well, that could be cool. I'm so out of the UFC loop. I haven't seen it for a little while. Maybe I'll see who wins anyway. Let's see. Trev, is Shane going to be in 11? Cheryl, why would Shane be in The Walking Dead season 11? Or do you mean like in a flashback like sequence or a ghost sequence or something? That'd be kind of cool for the final season. I don't think he will be, no. No. But Rick, maybe. Michonne. We might see Michonne return before the series is up. That would be great. I would love to see that, like in the last 2 episodes or something. That would be really good to see Michonne come back. Yeah, absolutely. Dead Space says Crom CT FCOM. So let's see what else we got here. Yeah, thank you, Demeshi. I appreciate that. So it wasn't what I was going for, but it's what it is. Javier said, how do the movies tie into The Walking Dead ending? Yeah, we'll see, Javier. We'll see what happens with the movies, but it sounds like the movies will not premiere until after The Walking Dead series is ended. So that's really crazy to think that, season 11, but we had a year break, and still The Walking Dead series will end before we see the first Rick movie. So it is what it is. But, oh well, what can you do? It's just how things go sometimes. So better than them killing Rick off, I guess. It'd be better, still a better option. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Raid said, Trev, I know you're a big fan of Breaking Bad. Have you been watching the spin-off show Better Call Saul? Yes. I reviewed a lot of episodes of Better Call Saul. I love Better Call Saul. I think it's amazing and really a lot of fun. Hey, Becca, how you doing? Becca said, just coming by on a commercial break to say hello and like the hair. Well, thank you, Becca. Appreciate it. And are you watching Fear right now? Cool. If so, fine. Come back after Fear is done for a little bit. Maybe we'll be here for a little bit longer. We'll see. What do you think they'll do with Michonne's character by the end? Yeah, that's true, Anthony. So Michonne comes back. She sees RJ and Judith, again, and you get the reuniting, the reunion. Maybe she couldn't find Rick. Maybe that's what they'll do. Or maybe Rick comes back with her. That would be awesome. But I don't. I kind of doubt it, right? So, Fibonacci says Trev is the best open mind on everything. Well, yeah, I do have a pretty open mind, Fibonacci, and I try not to shut things down right away anymore, because sometimes you can be wrong, and usually the profane mindset is usually what's wrong. Actually, the more you look into it, it's like, yeah, that's just propaganda, right? Exactly. Yeah, it is. So, yeah. Oh well, what can you do? But thank you for the compliment and everything. And yeah, so Raid, what is your favorite zombie movie? Favorite zombie movies, probably Day of the Dead, 28 Days Later. I like Shaun of the Dead too, but maybe Day of the Dead's my favorite. And then we'll see Army of the Dead, if that's any good, when that comes up in about a month from now, which could be fun. Zombie Tiger and the other stuff will be cool. Boogie says, remember the OG Ultimate Fighter when you could punch people in the balls? UFC. I think there's one like 90s UFC fight where a guy took a guy down and he was just punching him in the nuts like over and over. He just like punch it right in the nuts. He just kept punching him in the nuts. And I don't know if the guy tapped out or what happened, but the guy just kept punching him in the nuts. It was brutal. I was like, oh my God. Ray Eads said, are you still upset with the way Game of Thrones ended? Yes, I'm still upset with the way Game of Thrones ended. Jay likes the 2004 Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, it's true. That's Zack Snyder. So he's going to do Army of the Dead. So you might like Army of the Dead because that's the same director, and that comes out next month in May. So you might like it, Jay. Check it out on Netflix. 21st, is it? Something like that. Look up the date. It's something like the 21st, yeah. Yeah, Chris Fix wants to know, how would we end The Walking Dead if we could write it from here? Oh, man, well, I don't know. I'm sure they got lots of stuff planned, Chris Fix, for those last 24 episodes. But, even though the series is ending, you still have to set up a lot of things, because you have to set up Daryl and Carol to leave on their own. You have to set up the Rick movies at some time. So even though the TV series is ending, it's not a total ending for Walking Dead permanently. You're going to have other stuff later. It's just that, the original canon series will end off. Well, you have to do something with Commonwealth, Daryl, and the others. So it's like a mini ending. You have to do a mini ending for Daryl and the others. Maybe Michonne comes back or something like that. But then later we'll get more stuff after that. So it's not the final end, but it's the end of the TV series, so it is still a big deal. So yeah. I haven't seen Alone, Chris. Is that a zombie movie too? I didn't know that was a zombie movie. I haven't seen that. Gut says Army of the Dead is literally World War Z in a nutshell. Yeah, pretty much. Except no Freemason Brad Pitt in it, right? So the first rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The first rule of Freemasonry is you don't talk about Freemasonry. I'll be watching it, says J Dev. It'd end with Daryl's death. Gotta see a zombie Wayne Newton in Las Vegas. Well, that could be fun. Yeah, I agree with that. Train to Busan likes Raid. Yeah, I still gotta watch that. Maybe do a review of that. I've never done a review, but I always intended to. But it does look good. Train to Busan. Yeah, you guys said it's pretty good. Those guys have seen it. So Cheryl says, Trev, Shane didn't deserve to die in season 2. Yeah, that's probably fair. I agree. Not too many comments from you guys about Fear, huh? Yeah, Gary Goodridge said word of the day. It was Gary Goodridge. It wasn't he wearing his black belt gi, and he's like a black belt. Yeah, I took karate for 8 years to learn how to punch you in the balls over and over again. Yeah, I got a black belt with however many stripes to learn how to punch you in the nuts. Yeah. Oh man, it's terrible. Yeah, he's Canadian too, isn't he? Yeah, that's what we do. Word of the day, we just punch each other in the nuts. Yeah, Plain, you got it, man. I will stand up. I will actually. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Fear was really good. And what do you guys think about June? Well, maybe we shouldn't spoil it because people are going to watch it right now. But what do you think about June's decision? I think there's an article on comicbook.com where they're talking about June's choice to pull the trigger. Do you guys think it was the right decision or a bad decision, the right thing to do? The tricky part is with Virginia is if they would have let her go, how do you know that she wouldn't just circle back and retake Lawton? Because she might, because some of her people are still going to be loyal to her there. So she goes back and she and she just takes Lawton back again, then you could have a repeat situation. So I don't think necessarily June was wrong to pull the trigger. Maybe June knows her mistake was allowing her to live before, and that got John killed in a way. So maybe this time she's not going to allow her to, is the way it went. I hope I did not spoil that for anybody just now. But I thought it was great in the episode, absolutely. Ray wants to know if I enjoy watching Walking Dead World Beyond. No, I don't. Not really. I mean, I enjoy some of it. World Beyond's okay. The Huck stuff was good at the end of season 1. So it's not too terrible, but it's not that great either, right? Jay said that June is going to die. No point in keeping her around without John. Yeah, that's true. But then Luciana, I've been saying that about Luciana for years, and she's still around without Nick, so I don't know. Yeah. What'd you say here? Comms Esports says, do you think they will ever explain the Russian cosmonaut that Strain talked to in season 3 of Fear when he was on the boat? Like zombies in space. Yeah, probably not, right? Zombies in outer space. Yeah, right. No, I don't think they'll ever do that. So have you guys ever seen the older Russian footage of, what is it? Is it Gagarin? Yuri, right? Who was supposed to be, it was like, they did this, the Russians did the thing. If you watch it back nowadays, it looks like they used claymation to do it. Have you guys seen what I'm talking about? It was Yuri, right? Is that what it was? Some of the stuff that they did looks like they used claymation. Yeah, Soviet cosmonaut. You just made me think of that for some reason. I don't know why. I was watching a figure video the other day, and it was Toy Guru, Scott Knightlick, and he was doing one, and he talked about a toy from the 60s, and the name of the toy is Major Matt Mason. Have you guys seen this? Is it 1966? Yeah, Major Matt Mason. You can look at him on Google. Can I put this in the chat? I gotta sign into chat. Anyway, it's funny. Go to Google, or maybe I can do this here. Can I do this here? No, probably not. Let me see. Can I configure my window capture while I'm on with you guys? I don't know. Let's see here. That's Word. Okay. Maybe I can do. No, I don't think I can do it because it's not grabbing the window. Let's see here if it can grab it. Just a sec, guys. I'm trying to see if I can get it to grab the window here. Done. Is that good? Does that show? Darn it. Oh, I don't think it's showing properly. Oh, I was going to show you guys this Major Matt Mason action figure, which I thought was really funny. It's just cool. Okay, let's see. What if I do this? What if I expand it? Doesn't see it then. Darn it. Damn you, software. Screw me over, man. Settings for window capture. Okay, downloads. No, it's not going to go. Anyway, the name of the toy is, Major Matt Mason. That's the name. So what did I tell you guys about NASA and Freemasons, right? It's like they have a toy named Major Matt Mason. I thought that was great. I never heard of it before. He's an astronaut. That's what he is, right? From the 60s. And there was going to be a Tom Hanks movie for Major Matt Mason, but I guess they didn't make it. Of course, Tom Hanks would have to play it, right? Of course. So great, man. I love it. It's fun once you know how it works. It's really fun. It just cracks you up. You know, you see stuff like that. You see the name, last name Mason. It's like, oh, it's good stuff. I get it. Yeah. Just about nobody's gonna get it, but I just think it's funny to just look at it. I just laugh over and over again. Did you find it, Chronicom? Yeah, Chronicom. It's Major Matt Mason. Right, Masons. Yeah, that's it, man. That's what NASA is. Jeff says it. M&M. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, see, Jack, what did I tell you? What did I tell you, Jack? You see? So you think the stuff I'm telling you is not... Hey, we shouldn't even talk about it. Because it's true, we shouldn't even talk about it, right? Because it's like dangerous to even talk about because it's correct. That's why. Yeah, he does. He does like pizza, I think. Yeah, I'm not a Tom Hanks fan. Forrest, I'm not a fan of him, no. I want to get the Major Matt Mason action figure now. I'm like, yeah, I want to get it. I want to get the action figure, but it's probably expensive, like a 60s astronaut. It's fun. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Fibonacci. Yeah. Well, I hope I did so in a way where you're gonna do your own research and stuff. It's fun stuff, but yeah, check it out. Yeah, it's pretty much all true. Yeah, that's right. Cheryl says, Trev, can you tell me about the Walking Dead Season 1 backstory? Well, the Walking Dead Season 1, I was going to do, maybe I'll do a history of Walking Dead video or something where we go through the beginnings of the Walking Dead, that kind of thing. There's still that lawsuit right now from Frank Darabont, which is still going for Walking Dead Profits lawsuit. So that's still not done even yet. That lawsuit has been going for like 6 years now, or like at least 5 years. And they still have not settled the lawsuit yet with Darabont. Hey Ray, how you doing, man? Thanks for the super chat. And he says, I'm seriously considering moving to Texas. Freedom. That's great. Yeah. I think where you guys got the best places right now, Texas and Florida, is that right? And then the Miami guy's down for Bitcoin, which I think is cool too. So but Miami's probably expensive to live there. So yeah, man, Texas, really good, and Florida, really great. Don't move here, right? Can't even leave the house, man. It's like, damn it, it's ridiculous. Comfoom, I'll get the Major Matt Mason for the background. I'll put him up here. I'll have our astronaut next to the NASA sign. It's really great. If it's sealed, 300 to 400, yeah, if it's in package from the 60s. Yeah, so that's right. Yeah. Madeline K says Major Matt Mason lived and worked on the moon. Right, of course he did. Yeah. Sounds legit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Once you know, Madeline, it's really funny. It just cracks you up. You know, you just laugh because you have to realize, like, if you go around and ask people, the high percentages actually think the moon landings are real, like 70, 80, 90%. I better stop. Let's just stop. You better stop. I'm going to censor myself. Okay, I didn't say anything about anything. I don't know what's going on. I didn't say shit. When we're talking about Walking Dead zombies, yeah, real or zombies in fiction. Let's not talk about real life zombies. Let's switch the topic. Texas has lots of military bases and plants. Not good for survival. I don't know, but they've got freedom, so that's kind of attractive, right? So, hey Daniel, I'm doing well, man. How are you doing? Yeah, Fibonacci. Right now, Ontario is crazy for lockdowns. We've got the strictest measures pretty much ever. I even have to review them because I'm not even caught up with all of them. But basically, if you leave the house, you can be asked at any point in time by police where you're going, what your address is, how long you'll be gone for, when you're going to be returning. And basically, unless it's essential, they're sending you home. So they're saying, like, okay, maybe if you exercise, fine, you can do that. But if you're going out for a reason, like just to hang out with your buddy or something, they might send you home and say, no, you go home. And then they want your address, and so they can check up after and make sure that you actually listen, right? It's like, wow, man, it's insane, dude. It's the craziest ever. F. Choppin, thank you for the super chat, F. Choppin. I do appreciate it, man. He said, you've probably gotten this question before, but I'll ask it again. How do you feel about The Walking Dead ending soon? Yeah, you know, I'm happy, F. Choppin, that it's going to be wrapping up with the TV series next year. 24 episodes is a lot to get to wrap it up. You know, I would have liked to see them try for another season after that or two, but I understand that it's a big deal for them to do the series. We're going to get to see the movies. You know, there's other things people are going to want to do with their careers too. And you can, you know, because they're going to do Daryl Carroll spinoff, because there's also, you know, the movies, because there's Fear, you know, it's not so bad. You wrap up the original Walking Dead series, you end it off, but you're going to have other Walking Dead stuff after that. So that's not bad. So that's mostly how I feel about it right now. I'm good with it, and I'm happy that they are open to other series afterwards. They're open to trying movies. They're open to doing different things, and you know, they're not going to just end it like Game of Thrones. Like when Game of Thrones ended, HBO just hasn't done anything with it. It's really sad. Like they just ended it and nothing since they've ended it. Really a pitiful a supply and demand situation. You have all this demand and you have no supply, like zero supply. It's like, really? Like you're not going to give all that fan base demand, you're not going to give them anything? You're going to give them zero? And that's the answer. They decide to give them zero. So I'm really happy with Walking Dead that they're going to try the movies. They're going to try Daryl Carroll spinoff. They're going to continue with Fear for a little while longer, depending on how many people watch it and whatnot. So that's how I'm feeling right now. Thanks for the awesome question and everything. If you have any follow-up questions, send them and I'll prioritize them. But yeah, thanks for your support, F. Choppin. How do you feel about it? Get back to me in the comments here. How do you feel about The Walking Dead ending soon after its 11-year run. How do you feel about Fear? Will you be open to watching these other series? And how do you feel about the other stuff? Boogeyman wants to know, is the moon made of cheese? No, it's not made of cheese. I think it's maybe I shouldn't even say more, but it's basically, okay, let me just stop there. It's not made of cheese, no, and I don't want to go too far, so we'll just say that it's like, yeah, it's there, but I don't really want to answer too further because it's kind of too far away from what people think is reality. There's no aliens or any shit like that. I'm not one of these alien people. It's not broadcasting mind control beams. CNN's doing that. Yeah, you got Anderson Pooper to do that. You don't need the moon broadcasting mind control beams or any stupid shit like this. It's just like a nightlight. The way I think about it is, if you're from a design perspective, it's like a nightlight. You know, you have yin and yang. You have the sun go round, right, light in the day, and then you have the moon go round. Yin and yang. It's like it's just the opposite. That's the way I view it. But do I think it's a piece of the earth? Actually, I don't think it's a piece of the earth that broke off. No, I don't think it is. So yeah, but is it made of cheese? No, and it isn't broadcasting mind control alien beams. There's no aliens, so far as I know. And in fact, I have seen some stuff, I think, on BitChute recently where there's people promoting stuff like, oh, they're covering, still the alien thing, like covering it up, and they're going to let us know. They're going to tell us. It's like, dude, man, come on. Are you serious? And thanks again, Ray. He said, Dallas is a good market to relocate my podcast. Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, you should. Well, keep going, Ray. Keep doing your thing, man. And enjoy. Have fun with it, too, when you're doing your podcast and everything. Try to have fun and enjoy it and be happy and everything. Because sometimes I get too serious about stuff I'm doing, and I got to step back and just remember, just have fun. That's the best thing. Don't worry too much about maybe what's this or what's that. Just enjoy it and have fun with it. So, yeah, what else did you guys say here? So, that's that one. I think the moon is an alien base, says that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, Cromcom. The moon is an alien? No, it's not. I don't think it's any of those things. Ray also said, I'm doing the next episode of my podcast tonight. Oh, man, awesome. Enjoy that. What are you guys typing, or what are you guys going to do on your podcast? And type through what you're going to do. I'd be interested to see what you're going to cover. That'd be fun. TNV says, Trev, my mom is a narcissistic bee who is withholding my dog and my personal possessions from me since I moved out. Do you have any advice? I'm sorry to hear, TNV, that your mom is holding all of your stuff ransom because you moved out. I think she is having trouble allowing you to... are you a male? Is that TNV, right? It's like a male or female. Well, that happens, man. I get it. I understand. Like, if she's like, oh, I paid for that, you can't have it. But she took your dog, man? Oh, that's not cool, man. Well, take your time with the TNV. Be patient and use the nudge technique and be real nice to her and try to be like, oh, it'd be real nice if I have my dog. I miss my dog. How's the dog doing, right? And whatever. And something like that. Just try to nudge her back a little bit. See if you can get her to give you your dog back, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Or I got an even better one. Get a cat. Yeah, that's even better. You can keep the dog. Unless you really love the dog, then okay, I understand. You gotta get the dog back. Nate said the fear is amazing. Yeah, I agree. This episode was really awesome. Yeah, so let's just say the moon is made of rock. Sure. Okay, let's go with that for now. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Waiting for responses from... Okay, F. Chopin respond. F. Chopin said, I personally am also okay with it ending, for Walking Dead ending. This might be a bit harsh on the series, but I personally feel like it's gone a bit too long, and having it end is definitely a positive thing. Okay, I hear what you're saying there with that, especially with the points you bring up. Yeah, that's true. Crown says, I've seen a 15-foot reptilian. Yeah, okay. Sure you have. It's cool. Madeline says, Texas might have freedom, but it also has NASA. Yeah, I guess that's true. And if you're in Texas, you also have Alex Jones too, right? So that's fun. So you go to one of his protests or something. Get his autograph or something. F. Chopin says, I'll probably end up watching those movies that Andrew Lincoln is going to do with what happens to Rick after The Walking Dead. Yeah, I think we're all going to see those, F. Chopin. That should be really good. Nate said, why aren't you talking about Fear the Walking Dead? Well, did the episode just end, Nate? We were talking about it earlier. Ray wants to talk about Bates. Well, I'm not sure what Billy Boy's up to right now. He's just, buying farmland, doing whatever he's doing. He's kind of gone into the background a bit, which is good. He has to do that. Get him out of the spotlight, move him into the background, get him off the world stage for a while. Everyone's terrified of him. And so he's like a Dr. Evil character. So same with Klaus Schwab, right? It's like, get these guys out of here. Get Cooper on it again. Get these people out of here. So yeah, I haven't. Aside from that, I don't know what he's been up to recently. I haven't really been paying much of attention. People have seen Alien Demon, don't get it. Haha, they think we're crazy. Well, it's cool. We've all had our experiences, that kind of stuff. It's cool. Let's see. Okay. Boogeyman says, dress up like Mike Myers and scare her into submission. Yeah, that's a good idea. No dog propagandist is word of the day. Texas has no power. Again, they did lose power for a bit there, but they have power now, don't they? They're not having another power outage, are they? I haven't heard that. Trev, Frank needs to make the Walking Dead Season 11. Yeah, that's never going to happen after the lawsuits and everything. Never going to happen. Bing Bang Pow says, how would you feel about an adaptation of the Telltale series as a replacement for the main show, particularly the first season? I would like to see them be more creative or have more creative liberties and change 2 to 4. Well, yeah, I would like to see a Clementine Walking Dead, like a Clementine-led Walking Dead would be good. So that could be really cool. So we'll see what they do with it, but it's going to be fun, guys. They'll still have some Walking Dead there for us and everything, so it should be good, and we'll still get to enjoy it. But yeah, the episode today was really, really good. Let's see what else we got here. So, okay. Oh, thanks, Ray. I appreciate it, man. So he said that Bates is setting up concentration camps or re-education camps on his farmland for conservatives. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't read anything like that, but yeah, I don't know what to. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess maybe become a Sabbatean, like pretend that you're part of the other team if things get bad. Pretend you don't need it, that kind of thing is probably best. Just blend in, right? Like just blend in. Like have your thoughts, think whatever you want to think, but socially just try to blend in as best as you can. You don't want to stand out too much, so it's like They Live when they call it on their watches. And like, I want to see, get them, everybody get them. So just try to blend in as best you can, right? Is all we can do. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Gil Bates at all. No. Let's see what else we got here. Do they explain in the comics what happened to cause the apocalypse, says Ben. Actually, yes, they do. Supposedly it's aliens. According to Kirkman, aliens started the zombie apocalypse. So that's what it is. And we are going to see that a little bit in the comic book coming up with Rick, where there's going to be some aliens in it, which should be kind of fun. So I am looking forward to the... I like your comment there, Com. The comic should be fun, and so we'll look forward to that in July. Yeah, that should be cool. And then August for New Walking Dead, obviously, as well, too. And then we'll watch Fear until then, all that good stuff. So lots of good stuff coming up in the next few months here, guys, for sure. Koopnik says, hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's. Markiplier. That's I think I've seen his video and recommended for Five Nights at Freddy's. I haven't ever played that game. It's like a horror game, isn't it? Like a horror doll game or something? I'm not sure. I never played it, but I've heard of Markiplier, but I don't personally know him or anything. Just keep your sunglasses close, Trev. Yeah, that's true. Where are my glasses? Somewhere around here. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. All right. Bing Boom Pow said, I could see them doing a lot with them if their goal is to expand the universe, if they start from scratch with Lee and build up to like Wellington, Richmond with Clementine, Kenny, and Luke. It could work. Definitely it could work if they want to do it. We'll have to see if they do want to do it. Yeah, I agree with you, LD. I'm not a huge fan of the aliens started the zombie apocalypse idea in Walking Dead. I'm not too big of a fan of it, so it's what it is. Let me see if I prepped anything else for us to talk about. I don't think I did. Yeah, Fart Detective asked, damn, Trev, did you lose the bet or is it 1999 again? Yeah, I am a 90s fan, man. I love the 90s. Careful Tread, Tread Lightly, we did that one. And then was June right for what she did? I think so. And then we did a little bit of the real Slim Shady, which I can't really do because I'm not a rapper or anything. Let's see. Yeah, Kay, there's doing a new issue of Walking Dead with Rick in July. It's like the Skybound 10 year, but it's going to be like a kind of like a Rick. Let's see, like lightsaber, aliens, zombies, silly, Invincible type of story. So don't expect the Rick issues that are coming up of him being resurrected to be like regular Walking Dead. They're like sort of like a different universe that aliens started the zombie apocalypse, and somehow Rick is being resuscitated, and he's going to have a missing hand with like a Star Wars Luke Skywalker hand and a lightsaber and stuff like this. So honestly, I have no idea what Kirkman's doing. I think he's just having fun with it as best as he can. And why the hell not? It's people will be interested to see it. If you can't do Walking Dead with Charlie Adlard, then this is fine. Green Av said, "Yo, Trev, I did some research on Battle Beast, and now I understand why Nolan really didn't help." LOL. So yeah, he's awesome, man. Really, really good. That's true. That if he goes in, then Battle Beast is gonna like want to stay, and he's gonna want to like fight even more. This is an Invincible character for you guys. In Invincible, the animated series, this recent episode last week, Battle Beast shows up and he beats down Invincible. So, yeah, you're right. So if Nolan comes in, then Battle Beast is going to see it as an actual opponent or an actual threat, and he's going to want to stay and fight all the way through. And yeah, it's better to stay out, let him beat down Invincible, and then leave, because otherwise it could be even worse. And then Ray said, "Can you give your thoughts on Californians and New Yorkers moving to states like Texas, Florida, Arizona, and bringing their liberal policies with them?" Well, that's true. Well, I don't blame them for moving to where a place to live that would be better. But I think that they'll probably blend in with the crowd too, because like if they're gonna move from one place to another, you're gonna want to adapt to the way the people in that other place act. So I would think that they'll probably change pretty quickly, and I wouldn't worry too much about them bringing their ideologies with them. They're probably gonna leave because they're realizing that maybe they don't want to be there where they are currently, or they don't fit in there, so they're going to want to go elsewhere. So I would say that the same type of person that would want to leave and want to move to some place that better suits their values probably begin with the type of values that will be able to adjust to that new place if they're doing it voluntarily. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. And I mean, there's certainly some places and states you got to get the hell out of, especially because the summertime, the warmer weather's coming now. So you might get more protests and riots and shit like that. I think they're already getting some of them in certain places. So yeah, you want to move out of any of those places that are getting kind of bad. It's like the Joe Rogan moving to Texas thing, right? He's going to start an exodus. A lot of people are going to follow because they're fans of him. They're going to do the same thing that he does. It's what it is, right? So yeah. So let's see, what else did you guys say here? And thanks for Super Chats, Ray, and thanks Green Av. And enjoy. Is there a new episode of Invincible now, Green Av? I think there is. So enjoy that if you get to see it. I got to watch it soon. Maybe I'll watch it later tonight because Invincible does rule, man. Absolutely. Let's see what else we got here. And thanks for your support, man. I do appreciate it. Texas and Florida are almost blue this year. So you think so? Well, I guess we'll see in a couple years. But yeah, it's not a lot you can do about it. Nothing you can really do to change it. But, but you're doing a good job, Ray, of doing your podcast and stuff, and trying to spread good information the way you see it is a good thing. You can kind of, at least in the low scale, you can try to turn around some of the cultural programming that's going the other way. So you can try. It's always admirable to try, I think. Even if it's kind of resistance. It's like the Borg. Resistance is futile. So you will all be assimilated. But you can try. Chris Butteracco said, "What did you think of the Prince of Darkness movie?" Pretty good. What is the Prince of Darkness movie, Chris? I haven't seen the one you're referring to. Yeah, Battle Beast is awesome. What an awesome character. Really fun. So I love the cartoon stuff. What is good to watch now, Tama? Invincible. Invincible on Amazon. Watch Invincible. It's freaking awesome. And Fear the Walking Dead 2 is very good right now as well. So you got to watch that. Oh, Elijah said she's dead. Yay! Did that sync up? Did she just get shot right now? Is that yeah, like right now? Right now? Or is the episode over now, Elijah? Or did you just see it? What a great scene, right? I love that. She just walks away like stone cold, man. Stone cold. So pretty awesome. June, I love it. Okay, let's see here. Vermont can succeed from the Union. I don't know what's going to happen, man. Well, we'll see in the future what the hell's going to happen. It's crazy stuff, man. You know, real life. I'd say like last year, real life was about as entertaining or about as crazy as the best TV show I've seen. As the best season of Walking Dead, real life was as interesting as it. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see. June said that she did what needed to be done. Let's see here. Who said that? I just scrolled down. June is going to become the next Carol, said Dalton. Oh, that's a good way to look at it, right? June's like Carol in some ways. I agree with that. And thanks, Remy, for the kind words. I do appreciate that. Let's see. What else we got here from you guys? This time, if Morgan's group gets a doctor, I do hope they take real good care of him or her. Yeah, doctors don't tend to have a long life expectancy in Walking Dead. That's true, whether in Fear or the original. Any good movies, Blu-ray Addict? Any good movies lately? I haven't seen, let's see, what movies I'm watching lately? I watched the classic Superman 2, Neil, Zod, was Zod Neil before Zod? That's fun. I like that one. Let's see. That's about it recently. They Live before that, Eyes Wide Shut. I haven't watched Rosemary's Baby yet. I want to watch Rosemary's Baby because Mark Devlin did an episode where he did a good breakdown of Rosemary's Baby with Waking the Dead podcast, it's called. Not Walking Dead, Waking the Dead. So Rosemary's Baby is one that's got a lot of occult underpinnings to it too. So I want to kind of watch that and, you know, just see it because I've never seen it before. But it's kind of a horror movie, so don't know if you guys would like it. Entertainment value, but it's pretty cool. Do I like old horror movies? I like some horror movies, Boogie. I like ones particularly that have to do with the occult, have to do with, you know, if they're pyramid type movies, stuff like that. I like all the Kubrick stuff. I like, yeah, some of the different horror movies that are out there. I do like it for sure. And thanks again, Ray. So he says, you got to move to Texas with me. We can stock up our content, turn our houses into military outposts. We can go hunting, go to gun range. Well, Ray, if I ever go there, I'll let you know. We'll go hunting or something. Although I don't know if I'll be any good at it because I don't like to kill things. Like I know some people hunt deer and stuff, and I don't want to kill the deer. I love deer. Maybe if there's hogs and stuff like that, I'd be okay with shooting a hog, I think. But I wouldn't shoot deer. You know, animals are beautiful. They're beautiful. Well, hogs are okay. You could hunt hogs. I mean, I understand that. That's good. Maybe you could do that. So, yeah. Well, I don't know, Jack. We have healthcare here, and right now everyone's using it. So the hospitals are like all, you know, at least they say the ICUs are all like overflowing and stuff. So they put us on the strictest lockdown ever. So I don't know if I would say that healthcare right now is such a good thing to have free healthcare because it seems like, you know, because we did that here, everything's just overloaded and they're all, even though I don't even see anybody around really, but supposedly it's all, you know, overloaded and we're all shut down. I just think it scared people basically. That's what I think. Pretty much. About to watch MK, baby. Mortal Kombat, Simpson. Oh, love Mortal Kombat, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Attack on Titan Read. I saw the first couple seasons, I think. Really good stuff. Chris Baracco says, did you see the series on A&E about wrestlers' lives with Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, and Shawn Michaels? I don't know if I've seen that one in particular. I've seen a lot of different wrestling stuff over the years. I know what they go through. It's definitely a difficult career. They put their bodies on the lines every day, and anytime a mistake happens, they could get badly hurt. And so, yeah, man, I'm a big fan of all those guys. Absolutely. What state am I in? I live in Canada, Becky. I'm in Ontario. We're on massive shutdown right now. Yeah. So I love Texas, but stay away from Waco, the Koresh country. Okay. Well, I have no plans of moving or anything like that, but you know, I just think right now it's pretty cool some of the places you guys have if you don't have so much restrictions, because we're not even allowed to leave the house, so it's crazy. I mean, we can for like essential things, but that's it. So it's kind of nuts. So let's see here. What else we got? Trailer Park Boys. Jack McMahon asked me about Trailer Park Boys. It's turning 20 years old this month. I don't watch Trailer Park Boys. No, I don't watch that. I have seen a little bit of it. I just thought it was terrible, but I understand, like, if maybe you like it because it's like a car crash. Crash TV. That's like Vince Russo, right? Crash TV, bro. Let's just throw things at things to see who we can get to watch, right? Trailer Park Boys. It's like, it's trash, man. I don't know. Oh God. There's certain places we have a couple small trailer areas here. Not that I have anything against people who live in trailers. I don't. I understand mobiles and stuff are cost effective and that whole thing, but I never watched Trailer Park Boys. No. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Koopnix, you can ask me this. So Koopnix asked me, Trev, since someone else brought up politics before me, are you answering, are you left or right? I'm neither. You might, if you were classifying me, you'd probably say right, but I'm actually, I'm not involved whatsoever. I stay out of it. I don't believe in it. I just believe that basically everybody, does what their boss says, and capitalists rule. That's basically the way I look at it, as it's capitalist rule. I don't believe in the left-right paradigm. I don't believe that you have a voice. I don't think you do. And I think that you're given the illusion that you have a voice. You're given the illusion that you have a say in the matter, that you have a say in how the game goes. And I don't think you do. And I know that's not that's not like the nicest thing to hear. But I see the reason why for propaganda it makes sense to convince people that they do have a voice and they can change the way things are going. In researching culture creation, I found that no, you don't, and no, you don't. You don't have a say in what's happening, and you can't change what's happening, regardless of what you think. And one person doesn't really matter one way or another. So that's kind of the way I go with that. So I'm not really left or right at all. I'm out of the game, I guess you could say. I'm a spectator, spectator sport. Ray Studios once said that is Bill Gates a Red Shield or a Rockefeller? Well, apparently the Gates bloodline is close to the Rockefellers. So if he isn't a Rockefeller, he's like an offshoot of them. So he's basically a Rockefeller, pretty much. You could look at him as such. It doesn't really matter because he's like, I would say he's like a front runner for the power elite in that he is up with the tech. Because I think here's what's happened, Ray. I think in the last, 20, 30, 40 years, tech has become so important, and there are still old money elite that don't understand it. I think there's a lot of them that don't understand it. It's like old people, like if your dad or mom or grandpa or grandma are older, and you try to give them like a computer, and they try to like use it, and they just don't know what to do. It's like that, but you have somebody with a Gates he's so up with all the deal. He's up with all the tech stuff. So he's going to be somebody who, even if he's not technically from one of the top families, even if he's an offshoot, which puts him lower, or if he is or if he isn't, doesn't really matter. He's still going to be somebody that in order to mechanically do what the big boys want to do, they've got to go through somebody like him because they want to say, hey, what can you do? How can we do this or how can we do that? Because they don't have the technological understanding, because a lot of them are like old world, old money people. Maybe they understand banking really well, or they understand rule very well, or they understand geopolitics or things like this very well, but maybe they don't understand the tech part of it. I view Gil Bates as a genius with the tech stuff, and also with the healthcare stuff too, because you got to admit, he's got the foundation and everything. So he's going to be somebody that they're going to go to understand mechanically, how do we get things done with respect to this or that? How does this, if we institute or we give countries this kind of guidance, or the World Health Organization, these groups, if we try to get countries to go this way, how does that affect this? How does that affect that? What are the different things that can happen here and there? You're going to have somebody like that there who understands the modern world better than a lot of these older, old money people who are not up with all the latest stuff. Maybe they feel blown away by it, or they kind of pretend to know, like with computers, like older people, sometimes they pretend to know what they're doing, but it's pretty obvious that they don't. Or, well, there's a few of them that do. Like, there's a few of them that are good with it, but I just think that a lot of them are not. They just get their assistants to do everything. So they don't understand, like, exactly how to do things. So I look at it also as he's like a Elon Musk or someone like that too, who's really good with the tech, who can be used as a forefront person and can also offer guidance and can steer things in a certain way, or at least be part of those think tank futuristic conversations like a Kurzweil or one of these people, or older H.G. Wells, some of the others we talked about, I think, in the recent one. They're these people they can bounce ideas off of and decide which way they want to go with things, right? So you need people like that. Especially if you don't understand the tech yourself, you got to have somebody who's really, really good with it. And I think that's kind of his role. But yeah, he's certainly high up, and certainly there's a lot of things happening right now that he is the project manager on, or he is the go-to guy on for a lot of the top level people. So yeah, let's see, what else did we get there? Thank you, Fibonacci, for the support on Patreon. I do appreciate that. And would you mind removing your comment that you typed in the V word that we're not supposed to talk about? Could you remove that, please? But thank you for supporting the Patreon. I appreciate it. And we're not allowed to talk about the V, guys. I'll be very serious about that one. We are seriously not allowed to talk about that. So if you wouldn't mind removing that, that's one conversation we are not allowed to have. And here's the deal. Like, some people say, well, yes, we are, Trev, if you go this way. If you can't hear both sides of an argument, you are not having a conversation. You are just being dictated to. If all you can hear is this one side, which says, do this 100%, that's not a conversation. That's an order. Okay, so if we're not allowed to entertain both sides, and we're not, by the way, when it comes to the V, we can't discuss it because there's nothing to discuss. And my understanding of it is that's how it is. It's there is no discussion about that. There is no debate about that. And if you try to do that, you'll get in trouble and you'll get deleted off, or you'll get in big trouble. So please remove that if you typed in the V word in the chat, please. So I'd appreciate that. And you might think I'm being whatever. No, there's tens of thousands of channels that have been deleted because they produce content about that word. So please remove that if you type that in the chat, if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Okay, what do we get to next here? And I think fear is over now. Boogeyman, remove that, please. How are you, Reed? How's it going, man? Okay, let's see. Health versus wealth. Health is wealth, says Amy. Well, that's true. You can't separate economic or people who live in poverty. Their life expectancy is way lower. It's like in the 40s. It's not. They don't live nearly as long as people who have their deal figured out. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. I'm going through your guys' comments here. I'm just trying to see what else you guys wrote. Not too many comments about Fear's episode. What did you guys think about the character death at the end? Did you guys like it? Did you hate it? I thought it was freaking awesome and really good. Oh yeah, they paused the J&J one. Word, that's true. They paused it. And I saw your comment. Can you remove it now, please? After that, I just saw they paused it. That's it, because it was doing stuff we're also not supposed to talk about also. So you guys are bringing me the wrong direction. Let's go a different direction with this, shall we? Okay, let's see. What's a V? Good, Conf. I'm glad you don't know. Okay, let's go here. Much like yeah, Diffuse, you're annoying. Now, it'd be cool, Diffuse, if we could, with regards to that one, it'd be cool if we could, I wish, Diffuse, we could actually go into that one and we could criticize, we could go back and forth on that one, and we could have a debate with regards to that one. But with cancel culture, we're not allowed to have debates. We're just deleted off. One opinion is allowed to stay, and the other is just deleted off the internet. And you may not realize that because you haven't been paying attention to it, maybe, but tens of thousands of channels deleted, so it's pretty easy to see. If you have wrong think about one or the other, then you just get deleted off. So that's just what it is. It's an unfortunate time, but that's the time we're in right now, that we're not allowed to talk about a lot of these different topics. So that's just what it is. Ray Studio says, when Gates looks at pics of the V, it's like his Playboy. he gets a stiffy, huh? Yeah, that's probably fair. He gets too excited about it. Well, you got to admit, though, I mean, what he's involved in is a huge deal. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. I mean, the stuff that he is involved in is some of the biggest stuff to happen to the human race ever. You know, the stuff that's been going on, and whatever your position is on him, whether you think he's legitimately helping and he legitimately wants to help and everything, or you think it's the opposite, that's fine. Both are justified opinions. But you can't deny that what we're going through in the last couple of years and what's going to happen here in the next 5 or 10 years as a result of this is the biggest thing that's probably happened since the Second World War worldwide. It might be bigger than the Second World War based on what's happened and what's going to happen in the future here. You know, Agenda 2030, UN sustainability, all that stuff. So it's some serious changes most likely are going to be coming up, yeah. So I like your comment, though, Ray. That's good stuff. Yeah, let's see. What else we got here? Anybody on Fear episode? Come on, Fear questions. Wanted to see a Virginia zombie, right, Trev? Yeah, that'd be cool. Rodeo Rosie zombie. Yeah, that would be fun. No, I like the way they did it, and they showed it explicitly, so there won't be any theories that she's still alive or anything like that. No, Virginia gets shot. June shoots her. That's it. She's dead. It's over, right? We're not going to see anything come back after that. Okay, let's see. What did we say? Jay said her character was lame. She really didn't do anything. As her daughter killed John. That's true. She wasn't even the one who did it. But well, I'm glad to see her defeated, I guess. And Dakota was pretty good. I like Dakota. So, Jeff's got a good one. Jeff says, Trev, have you seen the United States government talking about UFOs? That it's only a matter of time before they come with a scam. Yeah, Jeff, it's like mind meld. That's exactly what I thought. When I saw them promoting the UFO stuff, the officials promoting the UFO stuff, I'm like, here we go. So here's how it's going to go, Jeff. As we get closer, if they do that, and I don't think they should do it because I think it's nonsense and I think it's too far out there, people won't believe it. But they're probably going to do it at some point. You know, they'll have the plans set in motion. When they're going to do it, they'll do it. But with regards to the UFO stuff, if they do the big UFO thing that it's real and they try to say it is real and they put it on the news, they do all the stuff, everything, we're going to have to stop talking about it because here's how it works. This is the rules. Once they go into a program and they actually do it, we have to kind of let them do it and stay out of it. We can't really get into it and go against it or publish content or really go against, try to expose it as fake, even if it is fake, right? Because if we do that, we'll get censored, we'll get deleted, we'll get trouble, we'll get calls, we'll get everything else. So we can't do that. So we can talk about it for now, but if they actually do the alien thing, which I think is effing stupid, I don't think they should ever do the alien thing. I think it's dumb as shit, and I don't think they should do it. But if they actually do it, like Project Bluebeam, that kind of stuff, and they keep kind of letting it into the culture, letting it in, and then they finally say, oh, we admit it. It was a cover-up all along. There really are aliens. They've been visiting, blah, blah, whatever. If they actually do it, we'll have to stop talking about it at that point. We won't be allowed to talk about it anymore if they actually go for it. So, I don't think they should do it. I think it's stupid. I don't think they should do it at all. But will they do it? They're not going to change plans just because I think it's stupid or you think it's stupid. If they're going to do it and they're really serious about it, then okay, then they're going to do it, right? So they got Joe Rogan on it, right? It's like, he'll get the exclusive, right? They're going to tell the whole thing via Joe Rogan Experience. The whole thing is going to be exposed, the whole cover-up of the last 100 years or whatever of aliens visiting, and they've always been visiting, and all this stuff, right? Oh my God, Ray, what did you say? The bottle containing V is Gates' fleshlight. I don't even know. Chris, actually the UFO thing is not distraction. In the book I have on Tavistock, it actually does have a psychological purpose. I'm looking for my book right now. Where's my Tavistock book? It's social engineering. The alien thing is, it goes along, it's the final step in the Darwinistic build-up that they're doing. So the final step in Darwinism is going to be aliens. That's going to be the final deal. Like, they've set up all these things over time. They're continuing to do it. But then once they do the alien thing, like, and they try to say it's real, like they try to make it real, that's when the Darwinistic atheistic religion, because that's what it's going to be, will be complete. If it's a work, it's a religion. If it's not a work, and it's not, fake, if it's actually real, okay, that's different. But I'm talking about if they do it to where they do it as a work, and they do it in order for culture creation. Where's my Tavistock book? Damn it. Here it is. Estelin. This one. This book. You can read about it in this book. Social Engineering the Masses, Tavistock. It goes into the alien creation, culture creation for aliens. So if you want to know about it, buy this book. I'm not funded by this book or anything. I'm just telling you this because it's correct so far as I can tell. It looks correct to me. Because there was a time when I thought aliens might be real. Now I know. Now I'm like, no, okay, no, they're definitely not real. It's created deal. All right, where's the thing we can do about aliens? Because everybody likes aliens. Okay, yeah, he goes into H.G. Wells and everything like this too, as I've done before in previous videos. Jacques Vallée and people like this with their nonsense. Yeah, MK Ultra. Vallée is a close working associate of Professor Ron Bracewell, who, along with MK Ultra operative John Lilly, astro mystic Carl Sagan, right? Yeah, Carl Sagan, these guys, and New York Times science editor Walter Sullivan, author of We Are Not Alone, is a member of the Order of the Dolphin, founded in 1961. Order of the Dolphin. It's a stupid name. Founded in 1961 to promote the idea of the existence of superior or extraterrestrial civilizations. Another kook who belongs to this group is American astrophysicist Frank Drake, founder of SETI, a group whose primary objective is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence by using the Drake equation. You guys have heard Drake equation, right? That kind of stuff. Just the amount of different potential places that would be like Earth that could sustain life out of an infinite universe. All this stuff, this crap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in the end, this is the conclusion of the book. There is something enigmatic about asking questions. Questions have a way of framing the future. Through the War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells asked the following: well then, someone may say, if there are globes in the heaven, similar to Earth, do we vie with them over who occupies the better portion of the universe? And it goes into lots and lots of other stuff. Anyway, long before the Club of Rome became a nightmare reality, Bernecker anticipated their argument regarding the cost-benefit of space exploration. Yeah, all this nonsense, right? Let's see. Anyway, this is a good book if you want to know about social engineering. This is the one to it goes into Roswell, 1947, and that crap. And yeah, this is culture creation in my opinion, man. This is all this UFO stuff is culture creation. But that doesn't mean they're going to stop it, and that doesn't mean they're not going to say it's legit at some point and try to actually convince people this is actually happening in order to create because didn't T already create, like, what was it called? Space Force or some shit like this? It's like a movie, it's like a movie group name, right? Space you could even picture like an 80s intro to a Space Force, something like this. It's just ridiculous. Wasn't there a Netflix series to go along with that too with Steve Carell in it? I forget what it was called. Something like that. Yeah, okay, so Dan, so this is the thing with it, right, Dan, is that how do you prove a negative? How do you prove something's not real, right? It's very, very difficult. You actually can't really prove a negative. So here's what you could do. Like if you go to Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, shit like this, right? If you go Loch Ness Monster, how could you prove that there's no Loch Ness Monster? Well, I guess you could go through Loch Ness and try to trace every, like with several, maybe you get a bunch of ships together. You create an algorithm to systematically search the whole thing and to make it to where you cover every square inch of it without finding Nessie, right? It's like Napoleon Dynamite, right? And then you say, okay, we searched everywhere that she's not there, but then even still proving a negative, they could say, well, what if the Loch Ness Monster is magical and it comes through a portal and when you checked it wasn't there, but other times it could be there. So you're trying to prove a negative. Basically, yeah, I'm certain of all the other stuff, Devin, like I presented with you guys with over the last year or two. But aliens, because aliens are part of culture creation, that's why. Aliens are part of a melding between the pop culture fiction and our actual reality. That's what they are. They're a crossover between it's almost like, can we get people to believe in something that's not actually functionally real, right? Maybe it's real in their mind, or it's like something like this. And how does that work? And that's what, again, just buy this book if you want to read about it more. Very, very good book. But there's other ones in aliens too. I'm not a bull on aliens. I'm a bear on aliens. I don't believe in aliens anymore. No, I don't. Aliens aren't real. Vampires are real, but aliens are not. So, one of them just passed away recently too, right? So, are you going to watch Kong versus Godzilla? I haven't seen it yet, no. So, yeah, Space Force. Becky. So, there you go. So, no, so Crom says, do you believe a man died for your sins to give you eternal life? No, I think that most likely, as far as religion is concerned, I think that it's, I almost want to say like I think that having good values and being a good person is a good thing. But, it's like God is good and the devil is evil. It's sort of like, it's almost like you're worshiping good or you're worshiping evil, right? You're saying that good is good and I'm going to aspire to do good, or evil is evil and I'm going to aspire to do evil. So, yeah, vampires, Becky, where they do the blood transfusions and stuff like that to extend their lives so they can live longer. They get the growth factor in the blood and all that. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Jeff, with that one. I don't disagree with that one, that aliens could be archons or demons of some kind and could be interfaced that way. I just don't think they're extraterrestrial from another planet. That's what I'm saying. Like the idea of aliens coming here from another planet, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's correct. I really don't. So that's kind of my stance on that one. But where was I at here? Somebody, listen, too many questions too fast. But no, so as far as the religion stuff goes, Kromfcom, I see them as a lot of them are like stories, ways to live, good ways to live. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with that. But do I think that Jesus was an actual person who actually walked on earth physically? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think was actually physically a person. No, I don't really think so. But I think that, as an archetype or as a representation of good, I think it's kind of our way of personalizing things to give it names and stuff like that. Like you have Superman, you have Batman. Superman's like the Superman, the Ubermensch, the good, the powerful, everything that is good. And then, you have a villain character. You have good and evil. You have archetypical representations of good and of evil. That's real in terms of like you have a representation there. Do I think they were ever physically real on the actual earth, on our plane of existence? Probably not. Most likely not. But some historians do say that they think Jesus of Nazareth was an actual person who actually did live, who actually did have a life. So it's up to you, how you want to look at that. I don't know if it's easy to say one way or another. So that's true, Boogie. That's a good question. So I don't know, man. It's tough stuff. I guess I don't have a totally strong stance on it one way or another. But I think that it's a good thing to try to be good, to strive to be good. And, if you want to worship good, I don't see that as being a bad. I think that's a good thing. So, but I think that if you do think aliens are real, or you do think they're demonic or something like this, or if you do think that there actually are grays, I would think that they are on the opposite side. They are on the evil side. I don't think that they're good or anything, benevolent or anything like that. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So, but I definitely don't fault anybody who thinks that Jesus was actually a man who actually, had a virgin birth, everything that's like actually was, physically, in our plane of existence. I don't fault anybody who thinks that too, because I think that good is real, God is good, devil's evil, evil's real, and good is real, and it's good to be good, I think, and it's evil to be evil. So that's what it is. But you can't ever discount the power of both. It's almost like night and day. You have the sun, you have the moon. It's almost like you have opposites, yin and yang. You have everything based on balance, and you have good and bad, and you have to have some kind of balance in the middle, and we all have we're all some kind of balance between good and evil. None of us are all pure good. None of us are all pure evil, but some definitely are on one end of the spectrum more than others. And so that's what it is. And most of the reading that I've done on the super elite, they're actually, I would say, are more to the evil side, sort of. Or maybe they see it as to do overall good, which is what Luciferianism is really, is like the philosophy of the greater good, or doing evil in order to achieve good in a more massive way, and some kind of a karmic like balance between both sides, right, is where it is. So do you think Earth is the only place with life? Ray says. In our system, yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I am a proponent. I think that I think we live in a created grand architect of the universe, like the Masons would say. I think we do, because I think they know better than the profane do. They have a lot of information they keep to themselves and don't give to the average person. I think that it is. I think it's a created realm, and I don't think that I don't think there's life on other planets at all. And I don't think other planets are really planets in the way that we think they are. Like we think that space is an infinite vacuum and all that stuff. I don't think that's true. I don't think any of that's true. I really don't. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that stuff right now, is that I think that, yeah, Earth is pretty much the only place with life, I think, because I think that we live in a system it's a fake reality. It's a fake system. I don't think it's Earth Prime or it's Universe Prime, which means if you go to the prime universe in calculus, for example, you go prime is the original, and then offshoots of that can be infinite, however many you want to. So what you're asking is Earth the prime universe? I don't think it is. No. And the odds, I would say the odds are not good that it would be the prime, that it would be the prime universe. It's most likely a creation of something, is what I think. Yeah. Because if we think of us in a million years, we're going to be able to create all kinds of different universes. Like you've got Oculus, right? Like person talked about earlier, Oculus Rift, where you put on the stuff and you go into the experience and you play a game, right? Well, we're going to imagine what we can create in a million years from now. We're going to be able to create universes for people to go into, assuming we don't all get genocided first, for people to be able to go into, where they can go into a different reality that we can create that will look, most likely look, smell, feel real, everything as real as our reality. And that would be an offshoot of our reality. So what makes us think that we're in the prime reality and that, the original we're the original reality, and we're not in some kind of offshoot of a different reality? I think we are in an offshoot of a different reality. And if you want to go into like the idea of a soul, it's like, that would be our understanding of who we are prior to this reality. The same way as if you created an all-encompassing game where someone would go into the game and would have no memory of a life outside of that, and would be locked into a game in a world that's created, simulated. You could say, well, there's space and all these planets up there when they look out, but really that's just a rendered, game representation of a sky, right? Unless you're programming it so people could actually go there, they couldn't. It would be a fake sky. It would be a fake reality up there. And I think that's what we have, and that's why everything in outer space is fake. Like all the shit that they show you, Major Matt Mason and the others show you, is all fake crap. I think it's fake because you can't actually go there. That's what I think. That's why they're doing that, because they can't actually do it for real. Somebody said last week, they're like, wouldn't it be easier to just do it for real? And I was like, no, it wouldn't be easier. It might be impossible to do it for real. Maybe that's why they don't do it. Maybe that's why they use Hollywood for that. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. I heard it in the car the other day. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Maybe it's just a wallpaper. Maybe it's just like a desktop wallpaper or a sky in World of Warcraft, where you look up in the game and you see all these different objects and all this stuff, but there's a barrier. You can't go there even if you try to. So, interesting food for thought. Think about it. Do some research if you've never researched that, and see what you think. Maybe start with the moon landings if you want to. That'll be a good starting point for you. You can reveal Truth's protective layers as Neil Armstrong said. Great discoveries, something, something, are to be found for those who can remove truth's protective layers. Right. Ray, what'd you say? Oh, yeah, so the only place of life. So, yeah, I think it basically is, right? Pretty much. In this, but I'm saying in this system that we think of as life, I think Earth is the only place with life because I think we're in a subsystem. I don't think we're in the prime reality. I think we're in a subsystem of an external system, a created system. Yeah. J Spot 51 said one congressman told another congressman to shut their mouth. Yeah. Was that Jordan? Are you talking about Jordan, J Spot? Was that Jim Jordan when he was going after Fauci? Is that what was there a lady who was going after him and told him to shut his mouth? he's like yelling at Fauci, and then the lady, because he was interrupting her time though. So if she told him to shut up, that kind of thing is like, he did go over his time. So yeah. So if I understand if he's screwing up her ability to use her time that she's promised, then I can understand. But I like him, Jordan, because he puts pressure on Fauci every time. He's always Fauci's probably like getting there. He's like, who am I on with today? Okay, I'm gonna go. And he probably sees it. He's probably like, oh shit, here we go, man, because he's gonna come after me again. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts getting some phone calls too. I would expect that he would actually. Yeah. So Ray asked me, do you think Neil deGrasse Tyson is legit or BS? I am certain he is BS. I mean, I don't want to go against the guy or anything because I'm sure he's very powerful and stuff like that. But I am 100% convinced that he is absolutely, completely BS. Yes, I'm certain he is. Absolutely, yeah. And not only just him, but I'm sure Neil deGrasse Tyson is, but also Bill Nye, the I'm an engineer, I'm not a science guy as well. I guarantee you he's full of shit too. Who else out there who's like one of the Carl Sagan, these people? I'm almost certain they all are. Yeah, I think they all are. And I think they know it too. I think they know they're full of shit. That's the thing. I think that they've taken their oaths or they're doing a job and they know exactly what they're doing. And I'm pretty certain that's what we see. I think they're doing a job. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, Major Matt. Yeah. I'm gonna get the action figure. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna buy the Major Matt Mason action figure. I gotta get it. It's like, yes, I gotta get it. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, UFOs could be government tech. That's true. They could be. So C. Benny thinks that Jesus was real. Okay, fair enough. I don't have any reason to doubt that he could have been a physical person who actually walked in our reality. Maybe. Yeah, maybe the case. And even with aliens too, I don't want to say that grays aren't real to where they couldn't be some kind of interdimensional, demonic entity, something like that. That does fit for me. I just don't think that they're from another planet at all. I don't think that's true. I think that maybe they're demons. Yeah, maybe that's true. And because people do tend to get really scared when they see them, so that kind of feels to me more like a demon than something that comes in peace, right? Something like that. So the multiverse is a fact too. Yeah, it's hard to say. They go into all kinds of different stuff, and they're always arguing back and forth, and they're trying to show different evidence for different things. It's tricky stuff. Quantum physics and all that crap. It's hard to know what's true and what's all just crap, So do you believe in souls, LCB? Yeah, I kind of do. In a way, LCB. Yeah, I sort of do. I think that people do have an underlying... in psychology, they call it phenomenology. I'm a phenomenologist, I guess. It just means that you believe in kind of like not a mechanistic, atheistic angle. Yeah, I do. I do sort of believe in a soul or a spirit or something like that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. So let's see, what else do we get? So I don't dislike Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think he's kind of cool actually. But do I think he's a liar? Yes, I do. I think he knows he's lying. I think he knows he does. Because it sounds like he changed the story too quite a bit. What did he say? On a Blake spheroid or something? Yeah. So I think he knows what he's doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. So yeah, but it's cool stuff, man. It's whatever. Just try to have fun with it all. Don't piss anybody off, and that's the best way to go. Okay. I just everything is saying is true. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, guys, but space is real. What makes you think that, Simpson? Have the astronauts convinced you that it is? Yeah, SpaceX. I don't know too much about. I think they're calling it Kist. Are they calling it Fake X? Is that the name of it? Fake X now. That's what they're calling it now, right? With Elon, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think that maybe Fake X or SpaceX is an attempt to get it away from NASA, which they should do that actually. They should get it away from NASA because NASA has a really bad reputation among people who study it, basically. So they should get it away from NASA. Move all operations to Fake X or SpaceX, and let them do it instead because NASA has a really bad name now, I think. So it makes sense to move it away from them. And that's my best explanation I can give you from, from what I've seen so far, Kiss by Fire. But I think people have been doing some breakdowns of some of the SpaceX stuff and are trying to critique it to see whether or not we can tell if it's real or fake or not, which is fun. It's a fun topic. It's fun to get into. And I don't want to say there's definitely a right or wrong there. But for NASA, I'll go with Major Matt Mason and say, yeah, okay. Research Scientology if you want a good time. Yeah, Becky, I have never researched Scientology. I just know that it's another one of these mystery school type things. And I haven't researched it. Do they have a level tier system also like the Masons have? I've never really looked into it too much. Not sure. Magnetic levitation says ICU. So for UFOs, yeah, I think you're right about that. I think you said that recently too, right? So maybe one day I'll research Scientology and take a look at it. Where did we go? I thought we were talking about Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know what we got into. Yeah. Devin, what were you talking about? Who you're responding to? Believe in what? Which one? Which one's fake? Which one's real? I can't tell which. I don't know. Use full sentences, man. I can't tell what you're saying. Ray Studios asked about dinosaurs. Do I think dinosaurs are actually real? Well, I always thought dinosaurs were real because, they make the kids play with them and stuff in school, so they get it in there when you're really young. And I always thought they were real, but that is part of the Darwinism angle of, the age of the earth. And I like, the one is like alligator. Like alligators are just basically the same. They haven't really changed all that much over time. It's hard to know. I think Eric Dubé did a good job. He did some breakdowns of dinosaurs and that basically, and another book I have too. Where is it here? I have another book. Oh, it might be downstairs about Darwinism. Dinosaurs are a part of Darwinism. Yeah, and they started to find the fossils around the mid 1800s or so, the same time they started to promote evolution. So they seem to only find them after and when the evolution concept started to gain ground. So you had Huxley and you had the Darwins, and so they were really starting to take hold in the mid 1800s with evolution. Before that, in terms of culture, almost nobody thought that was correct. Out of the profane, out of the masses, nobody thought evolution was right. Before the mid 1800s, everybody thought that it was like the religions were kind of what they were given. They go to church on Sundays, whatever, and that was their worldview. That was their zeitgeist. They thought that was legit. Like, okay, created system. Christianity, a lot of ways, a lot of Catholics, that kind of stuff. Different religions all over the world. But then once the Scientism Royal Society and all, Freemasons, Royal Society, Darwin, the others, Huxley's and everybody else, H.G. Wells and all the others, once they got on it, then you started to see tons and tons of fossils being found. And almost all the fossils you see are reproductions. They only find like little pieces and then they cast them and they create these big, huge things. So when you go to a museum, what you're actually seeing is you're seeing these big representations. They're all recast. They're all created. Almost none of them are, like the portion of them that's real is very small compared to what you're shown. So you're shown these huge, it's another one to research if you want to look at it. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still in the middle on it. I always thought dinosaurs were real. Is it possible that could be part of your programming and you're given that, UNESCO, Royal Society programming? They're like, tell them this is right. Give it to them. What is interesting is I don't think Freemasons, which is a subsection below the Royal Society, I don't think most of them actually think that it's right. I think most of them believe in Grand Architect of the Universe is what they call it. It's like their God, that type of thing. So they see it as the grand builder of the universe, which is creationism, which So some of them might be in the middle. Maybe there's no exact right. Like maybe they could say that theistic evolution is right. And so, God created everything and then, created the universe, cosmic egg or whatever, created the universe and, created the Big Bang, whatever. So it depends on, which way you want to look at, how you want to look at it. You want to go on the Stephen Hawking. There's another stage character that was played by multiple people. His teeth changed and shit like that over time. And so he's promoted in the culture. He's put out there for public consumption. And you sort of have this atheistic evolution Big Bang angle, which is approved. It's kosher. It's Royal Society approved in the mainstream. UNESCO approved, taught out there to everybody. But then what do they believe themselves? Especially the top people are Luciferian. Yeah, I don't know if they necessarily do believe in Darwinistic evolution. I'm not sure. So as far as dinosaurs and that kind of stuff go, I'm not sure. I always thought they were real, Ray. But is it possible they could be propaganda? They could be part of the Darwinistic deal? In our lifetime, if we see the alien deal be done for real, like where they actually do this big thing and they make it a big deal, like what we've seen with TS19 last year. If they do that for aliens in the next 30 to 40 years, I'm going to think that, okay, if they can pull this off and convince everybody, like let's say they convince everybody that aliens are actually invading or attacking or like visiting us and they do it legit and they make everyone convinced that it's legit and they put it in the history books so it's legit, but it actually wasn't. If they could pull that off, they could probably make up dinosaurs, the nodosaur. There's a dinosaur called a nodosaur. Did you guys know that? Nodosaur. So if they could convince people that there's an alien invasion or something like that, if there isn't, then maybe they could convince people that dinosaurs are legit when actually they're totally fabricated. So I don't know. It's like, some things it's just like it's almost impossible on the outside to know. You have to spend years researching it. And the best you could do is come to a conclusion where you say, okay, this sounds like this was fraudulent, this was made up, or no, this is definitely part of our history. The Earth is as old as they say. Different techniques they use to count back. Maybe they, I don't know, drill down as far as whatever, and they can try to determine age and that kind of stuff from it. So, it's good stuff. Everybody's kind of open to their own, interpretation, but you just have to understand one thing. You have to know that because it's mainstream and it's taught everywhere, that doesn't mean it's correct, actually. It just means that UNESCO said, teach them that one. That's it. Show them that one. And then basically, the top people at the top United Nations, and then the curriculum is divvied down from there. You're given out to different people in different countries, and that's how you get a sync up of every country. If you notice, you don't have necessarily the same kind of religious viewpoint in people's minds as you used to. Like way back when, in the 1800s and earlier, if you went to one country, they would probably have one angle. And if you went to a different place, like let's use Thailand or something, or places in Asia, they would have a different, totally different understanding. It's all been unified under the current ruling class. It's all been unified, but not necessarily because it's correct. That would make sense. You say, well, it's unified because it won the debates and it's correct. But I would say that it's unified because we have a unified rule. That's why. It's unified because the United Nations said so, to go with that one and teach that out as fact, and so it is. And that's why it's taught all around the world. Everything is because it's a unification. It's a new age religion. It's a new one world religion. Scientism is what we have. Not necessarily because it's correct. It might not be, and you wouldn't know if they lied to you about it and it made sense, but they gave it to you and you said, okay, makes sense. I'm a monkey. Fine, whatever. That's cool. I guess I'm a monkey. Whatever. Cool. It's like there's some similarities certainly, between us and Grade 8 family. So it's cool. It's like, all right, so that's what it is. But you just have to question what do the people that are giving that information to you, what do they think? Do they actually believe it themselves? And I'll leave that up to you to go through. Did I get all the stuff from? Okay. Thanks for the comments here, Ray. That was a really good one about dinosaurs. That's the best. That's the best I could do for you for that one. I thought they were real. Now I'm like, I'm a little suspicious. Maybe do I still think they're real? I don't know. I have some cognitive dissonance about that one. So Ray said, do you think that the pyramid had anything to do with Abraham Lincoln's death? Strange how Booth just snuck behind Lincoln's bodyguards to get in and escape. I haven't ever researched the possible conspiracy behind his in particular, but is it the same kind of story as like the Kennedys and people like this, where they get out of line with the elite, and then next thing you know, they happen to be assassinated? Like, it's the same story, isn't it? Isn't it the same story? You know, it's like, oh, lone guy, dude. Lone dude, why'd he do it? I don't know. He's crazy, right? It's like, yeah. So, you know, one of the theories I've heard is like when these incidents take place, when you deal with an assassination, a lot of times you'll have a fall guy. So you'll have a patsy. And so the patsy, the fall guy will go there and they'll be scrambled a lot of times. They'll be like MK Ultra scrambled, don't know which way is up, don't know which way is down, don't know what's going on. And they'll just like be useless. They'll just stand there and be like, oh yeah, I did it, whatever. And then they'll just grab him. So it's almost like it seems like to me when an operation like that goes forward, they have one person who actually does the boom, 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 or a few people, maybe 20 or 30 people in some cases, right? And then they'll give you one guy who's like a fall guy who might either be scrambled or may have been tricked and may not know where he's at, but maybe pointed at for it. That's kind of the usual deal. But that one is going back further than what I've taken time to buy books about research, so I'm not sure for you there, Ray. That'd be a good one to research you could look into. But it does strike me as interesting that it's the same thing. Also remember that with Germany in World War II, with the Fuhrer, I won't say his other name because we don't get in trouble here, there was assassination attempts against him. There was one, it was a bomb, right, under the table, a meeting table, and they tried to get him that way. So it's basically the whole thing is subversion. It's all Sabbateanism. You're basically, because you have 6 to 10 million Masons out there, and then you have a lot of Zios too, you're dealing with an internationalist system of subversion, right? Of whatever country you have anywhere, everyone has a price, and dude, can we ever pay, right? So as a result, it's like, yeah, and if you read the protocols, that's what the protocols say. So it's like, yeah, there you go. So it doesn't, anytime that happens to anybody, it doesn't surprise me. What does surprise me is that I can't think of a government that ever admitted that they offed one of their people themselves. It's all, you know, and nobody questions it. Like, nobody thinks, hey, isn't that weird that no government has ever, like, out of our governments right now, has ever admitted to getting rid of somebody? Like, they never do. They always put in the papers it's either an accident or a lone gun guy or whatever. They'll never, ever admit. And the profane think like that's normal. Like, they just sit there and think like, well, they would never do that. It's like they have actual employee teams that do exactly that. You know, but they would never do that to us, right? It's like, yes, not only would they do. But they don't tell us that in the paper. Why don't they tell us that in the paper? It's like, you expect them to do it and tell you in the paper? Like, you expect that to be in the paper if they have to get rid of somebody? Of course they're going to give you some kind of propagandistic spin about it, about what happened, right? It was the mob. It was Chicago mob. They did it, right? It's like the Kennedy family. Right? It's like, oh, man, what did one get in a skiing accident or something? It's like, I don't know. I got to look it up. A couple of, you know, it's like, oh, man, it's like, whatever. So I would put him in the same category as them. Yeah, same type of thing. But, you know, when you have intelligence agencies that are that big, that's part of their function. And then you don't even know who they are. You have an invisible army, you know, that gets paid freaking billions and billions of dollars. You don't know who they are. Some of them look like your next door neighbor. Some of them could be fat. Some of them could be, you know, I don't know. They could look like a hippie or something. Who would you hire if you're going to hire people to blend in? It wouldn't be like TV where you'd hire men in black with, you know, the deal. You'd hire like dudes in, I don't know, Hawaiian shirts and shit. Like, they look like the most chill people ever. You trust them with whatever, and those happen to be the people that you would hire, wouldn't you? I would think so. Just think about how you would do it, and that gives you some indication, right? Where did you guys take me off into this one? You know, I thought we were talking about Walking Dead. What are we into now? But thank you guys all for joining and everything. It's good stuff. And thanks, Ray, for the great comments. And I'll tell you what, Ray, do some research on that one, and then tell me what you think happened with Lincoln in particular. Because I'd be interested to hear from you, because I haven't spent too many hours looking at that. And you should look through it for a few hours if you want to get a good understanding, at least. Maybe buy a few books on it, go through it, and so you can cultivate your own thinking on it, and then you can formulate a good opinion on what most likely happened. even knowing that even still you could be a little bit off or you get things wrong because you don't have firsthand experience, right? So, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, the closing argument, Spitfire. I'm staying right the hell out of that. I want nothing to do. No comment, man. No comment about that one at all. Goodness gracious, man. What's going on with that? Okay, let's see. Well, you guys typed in a lot of comments here. I'm just seeing. Oh, thanks again, Ray. Okay, you don't have to send. Just send your comments through, and I'll prioritize yours, Ray. But thank you for the support. He said that Gates and Biden make love at Skull and Bones. Yeah, yeah. They do it. What's that called? Sodomy, right? They do it. Oh man, gay for each other at Skull and Bones. Well, what did Alex Jones say? I think he said that at Skull and Bones is like the gayest thing ever. Somebody else has said that, and he quoted them right on Rogan, right? So they get together and they all, do like, they all get together and do stuff. It's like, oh God, it's just brutal, man. I have heard, like, some people have said that some of the top people in the States, they are, like, they have some pretty big sections of gays, homosexuals, in some of the top elite circles, and they use that to blackmail the people. So they'll make somebody, like a straight guy. Like, they'll take a straight guy and they'll make him do stuff like that, and then they'll blackmail him with it later. It's like the protocol's blackmail, right? You get them to sign up, they do it, then you keep the tape or whatever, and you can use it to blackmail them forever. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Jeff said, Trev, what do you think about Stranger Things and the Montauk Project in New York? Have you heard about the monster Junior who was brought out of existence there? I haven't heard of that. That sounds fun, though. But I love Stranger Things. Do you mean that Stranger Things is based off of a supposed real-life project where there was some kind of Demogorgon or something? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fun stuff. I like it. I like Stranger Things a lot. Stranger Things is really awesome. And then you said they were sending homeless children through portals, not caring what happened to them. What are your thoughts on alien beings from the future? So I don't think they're from the future or anything like that. Could they be from like a demonic realm or something, like a Archons or one of these types of entity? That could be. Like demons of some kind, that could be. Yeah. So, but I do like Stranger Things a lot. Although I don't know if there's any kind of revelation of the method in Stranger Things. I don't think there is. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, J-Spot, I guess that's what we're doing, even though we're not even we're not supposed to. Yeah, so Blood Oaths. Yep, that's right, Josh. That's what it is. Trev, do you see mine? Yeah, I saw that, LD. That's what it is. Same thing I do with children and blackmailing them too. There was told everything about it. Yeah, there have been some people who have left who have let it out. Well, the protocols basically say that is that they use blackmail to do it. So they'll. I think we've gone through this a good number of times. So we'll just go through it real quick. So for some of the people that are chosen to be like your top people, like presidents, prime ministers, top officials, top intelligence agency people like this, they will get them to do something very bad on camera, and then they will use that tape to blackmail the person forever. So these groups will do it, and they'll get someone to sign up by doing something really awful. Like, a good example is Prince Andrew, right? Prince Andrew was at Epstein's Island, right? So they get him to do something on tape, and that's his sign up. He has then signed up to be in which you would expect he would be already anyway because of his lineage and everything, right? But that's their sign up. They have to do that, and then the tape is given over, super secure, to somebody in one of the intelligence agencies, and then that person is in the club and they're owned, right? And they supposedly do the same thing for like top level actors, people at the very top. Same thing. They get them to sign up. They go somewhere. They do something real bad on camera. They take it. They keep the tape. And then if the person defects or goes crazy or whatever, the tapes go to the news, and then they do a whole deal about it, right? So yeah. So it's a sick. That's the evil side, right? Like you have a good and evil, right? And good can be very powerful and very good as well, but you cannot underestimate evil. When people are cognizant of systemic evil, they have evil systems set up to own people like that, to do whatever they say. That's why they do it, and that's why some of them are funded and chosen, because these people are owned, man. If they defect or if they go against what they're told to do, you know, they're like robots. They're like automatons. They have to do exactly what they're told, exactly what's said, like exactly. Like in an orderly fashion, they have to do exactly what they're told. Because if they don't, those tapes, which even could be older, 10, 20, 30 years, 40 years back, doesn't matter, those tapes can go to the New York Times. They can go to the press. They can go wherever. They can go to FBI. They could go to wherever, and that person is history, right? They're going to be done. So that's what these some of these circles do, right? So that's like Itamanuli, that's backwards for Illuminati, right? That's what they do for the very top people. And that's why you see people like Prince Andrew doing that. You might ask, like, why is he doing that? And you might not understand anything. Couldn't he just marry whoever he wants? Couldn't he just get whoever he wants? Well, yeah, he can, right? Because he's a prince. So, of course, he can. You know, lots of girls would love to go with him, right? Legitimately. Why would he be doing this? They can't put it, they're not smart enough to put it together that that's his sign up. And once he's done that, now he's in the Uber club, right? And once they've got that on him, that's subterfuge. That's how you own people forever. And so until they're gone, and that's it. Yeah, so that's a different system from our system that we live in. That's a separate. You know, you go to work, you get paid, you do whatever. That's a different system than our system. So I hope if you just think about that for a little while. Just think about like people that would do that, and then why they would make them do that, what the advantages would be. That's the evil side of power, right? And the way you can use that. Just think about it. And yeah, some will go haywire. Maybe people like Bill Cosby or somebody like that are really must have pissed somebody off. So then they had all the girls go to the media and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Demons, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it, Justin. Yep. We did real Slim Shady earlier. We did. Nothing, Basket, because Basket, it's not a good idea, because if you did that, then your freedom is gone forever. You're trapped forever. You have to do whatever your superiors say in that system. So by doing that, you are signing up to be in those exclusive elite clubs, but you are owned going forward. And that's an important part of the protocols, and that's an important part of how you own the system. But it's a hidden system, and people won't see it on the surface because they won't realize how evil and how brilliant it is. It's evil, but it's brilliant too. If you think about it in terms of brilliance, like that's an evil genius shit right there. That's Dr. Evil for real shit. Because then once you do that with maybe people like a T or a B or anybody like that, now they're yours, man. You know, you can fund them and hopefully they do become whatever elected official, right? Hopefully they do, because they're your boy. You own them. So, right? They will always do what you say. So that's what it is. Thank you, LD. I'm glad you liked it. And it has been fun tonight. Absolutely. So you think we got round or flat Earth? Well, if it's created, it could be either one. It doesn't really matter. Like if it's a created Earth, it could be either one. But if it's a simulation, then there's no reason why it couldn't be flat. And if you do zoom camera, zoom in tests, you can see further than you're supposed to be able to. So that's pretty cool. Also, if you look out at like off of a shore or something and you see water, you always see it as perfectly flat. And if ships go over the horizon and you zoom in with a camera, they'll come back to you. So that's not curvature. So they've got some really good stuff. I got to admit, they got some really great stuff. I thought it was a joke at first. I laughed at it, and then I looked at some of their stuff. I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I think it's a created realm. I don't know if it's exactly 100% flat all the way. I don't know. But I don't think it's what we're told it is with regards to our like heliocentrism, geocentrism. I don't think it's what we're told it is. Can you imagine landing on the moon if we were soaring through space and spinning at like 1,000 miles an hour, and it's moving and the Earth's moving and the Earth's going this way, and you're shooting off, and somehow you're going to go from here? Like it would be, imagine the calculations. It would be impossible to even calculate at that point. Like if you were doing it for real and everything was moving all at the same time, that would be just unbelievable to try to calculate that and actually do that. Imagine the difficulty. Crazy, man. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Krovcom says, when you always see a non-NASA video or pic, you never see a curve. Yeah, sometimes they'll use, which Neil deGrasse Tyson admitted, they'll use fisheye lenses sometimes, like with the Red Bull dive and stuff like that. So it's very cool stuff. I like it. It's hard to find good information on it because it's lower in the engine. Like if you do a search for it in the engine, it's way down. It's not the top. The top stuff at the engine is all like debunking it and going against it. With some of the arguments are really stupid. You know, they still use the argument that if you zoom in with a zoom camera, or okay, so if you're looking out at offshore, if you're looking out at the sea, for example, and you see a ship go over the horizon, they still say, they call it a proof that that's proof of curvature. It's not. If you zoom in, the ship will come back 100%. That's not proof of curvature. Some of their arguments for the proof of curvature are terrible. They're like obviously wrong. Why do you have that on Google? Like I do a search for it and I see like top 5 or top 10 reasons. And I just think like, why is this here? This is not proof of curvature at all. This is proof almost to the opposite. The horizon is not curvature. The horizon is the limit of your vision because of your vantage point. When you zoom in with a camera, that will come back entirely if you zoom in far enough. Unless there's like if it's atmosphere in the way or you know, water or whatever. So yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here from you guys. Any other comments about? Oh, it's 11:30. Damn, dudes, we've been going for a while. So I'll probably wrap up here soon, guys. Jeff said, Trev, do you believe that there are some good people in government, even at the local? Yeah, sure. There's lots. Yeah, are they all involved? Are there some white hats? Well, there's lots of good people out there, Jeff. You know, like most of us are good people. You know, there's a lot of good people. I just think that there's a lot of people who just don't know that much about it. They never researched it. They don't know anything about it. And that's all. I think there's lots of good people out there. Not everybody is evil. Certainly not. Well, you know, we're good people, and good is very powerful too. So, you know, there's lots of good people out and around. But I do wonder why they all roll over when they bump into some of these really scary groups. But I guess good people do tend to mind their own business or go a separate way if they see something really, really bad going on, you know, so they tend to look the other way. Well, look what happened with the war in Iraq, right? And the war in Iraq was 1 million. How many Iraqis died in that war? Over what? What was it over? We weren't even told the reason for it ever. And where were all the good people then that would stand up and say, stop this war, stop what's happening? There was nobody. You know, it all went through, it all happened, and nobody stopped it. And everyone just looked the other way. So, you know, good people, it's like it's good. You know, you have a lot of good people out there, true. But good people tend to acquiesce and they tend to look the other way more often than you'd think. You know, like they don't want to stick their neck out. They don't want to get, so they're good, but then if something bad's happened to someone else, a lot of people just, oh, look the other way. I'm not going to look at that, you know? So, yeah, it's what it is. So, yeah, I guess if they didn't do that, the world would be a lot different. If they held people to, if it was good, but in a way that was kind of more enforced or people were more willing to stand up for good, then things would be different. But it seems like, no, when it comes to their own well-being, they won't stick up for other people in the sake of good a lot of times. Sometimes, but not always. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, DuckDuckGo is a lot better, Dan, than Google. I agree. Google has become more and more geared over the years. They don't give you almost anything good anymore. It's totally kosher. It's totally PG, man. You don't get almost anything real on Google nowadays. You got to go to DuckDuckGo or things like that. Demand Hammer said, Trev, do you think Gil Bates is taking a trio down the Hershey Highway? Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to respond to you, Demand Hammer, but that's good stuff. I like that. So Jamal wants to continue. Well, thanks, Jamal. I appreciate that you like it. You make me feel good. At least I can come on. We can do it and have fun. And the channel had a strike, but today the strike was cleared. So that's great. So the channel has no strikes again. Yay! So we can have fun. So, yeah. Well, they did, but so did Skull and Bones have here. Skull and Bones has a lot to do with that. They got a war room and everything. We war. They do like a whole training thing on war and everything. It's like, yeah. W was perfect for that. Perfect to go in for the plan for the new American century. Yeah, thanks, Jack. Appreciate you. You liked it. And worst adaptation from Walking Dead, best adaptation. I don't know. I'd have to think through it quite a bit. Best adaptation, real quick. Daryl. Adding Daryl's the best move they made, and not killing Carol earlier. And what are the worst ones? I don't know. Hard to say, man. So I don't know. I'd have to think about it more. Yeah, Devin. No, nobody's. We're not. Oh, Devin, can you remove your comment, by the way, if you don't mind? That's woke stuff. Don't bring woke stuff in here. We're not allowed to talk like that. And no, that's not a thing. And no one here is against, that I've seen, is against homosexualism. Definitely not. And Devin, please remove your comment, or I'm going to ban you after this deal, because I can't remove it right now in my software. I'm not signed into the chat. Am I on Twitter or Patreon? Yeah, I'm on Patreon. You can help. You can help support the channel through Patreon. Patreon.com/TrevsChan2. So thanks for that. And yeah, I haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong yet, Jeff. No, I haven't. And I haven't seen The Expanse yet for KYTO 87. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So good stuff. Has everyone seen the Zack Snyder zombie movie? You mean Dawn of the Dead, or the trailer for Army of the Dead? Yeah, we did a video, give our thoughts on Army of the Dead trailer. It looks great, Jeff. It should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, Jack says, I was thinking of Andrea. Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, the Andrea death was definitely a bad change. I agree with that. That's one of the worst changes. So, yeah. Because you have to, okay, now you won't get, no, you're good, Devin. That's cool. You remove it so you don't get blocked. Ask questions, but encode it if you're going to ask it, because I don't need the woke police after me. I just got rid of the strike. You don't need to play woke shit on me and get me another one. I'm not interested in that. Okay? And no, nobody here is homophobic. But okay, so I'll follow up with you here, Devin. Do the top elite people use that homosexuality? Do they use that with straight men for signups? The answer is yes. I believe they do. So they'll get them to do that, and if they really want to become somebody big time, they'll do that, record it on video, keep the video, right? And then that's like one of the Bohemian Grove. That's what like a lot of them were doing there with the top elite in the U.S. is that they'll make them do gay shit, but they're not. But the difference is they're not gay. That's the difference. If you are gay, okay, whatever, that's fine. Like if you do it because you want to, fine. But do you see how if someone isn't, and they would force them to do it in order and record it, that could be something they would never ever want getting out ever? Do you see that? So I'm trying to show you something. Yes, it is how you get strikes. Oh, yes, it is. Basically, I love how people basically. Have you been doing this professionally for 12 years? Do you have 150 million views? Do you know the rules? Do you have friends who've been banned off this platform? Do you know people who have been banned and you think you know? And you want to come at me and say, oh, that's not how it works, Trev. I'm a viewer who doesn't know anything. That's not how it works, right? It's like, I hate these people. It's like, dude, you don't know how it works. You tell me I don't know. Like, dude, you don't get it, okay? Yes, you can get banned for that. Yes, you can. And don't tell me otherwise, because I have friends that have been banned for exactly that. So don't come at me and tell me you can't get banned. Yes, you can. Don't do that, all right? I know what you're doing. Don't out that shit and act like that. Anyway, we better wrap up, guys. I'm getting heated now. It's getting hot in here. Army of the Dead zombies will be different. They think they can, they can think and do things. That's true, Basket. Army of the Dead zombies are really, really cool. No, I was kind of late starting. I didn't sign into the chat today. That's all. Jeans, that's all. So I don't have any mods. No, I just do it all myself. So that's cool. Okay. All right. No, Dev, you're cool. I'm not mad at you or anything, Dev. That's cool. Okay, so, and thanks for your 7 years of support and everything. Just be careful, Dev. You don't want to accuse people of being you don't want to accuse people of not being with the woke deal. That is something that's very, very serious. You can't, again, with culture creation, you don't want to openly go against what's being created in the culture. If you do, yes, you could get banned for that. Yes, you could get censored for that. So just be very careful with the R word and, well, the H word too, really, but especially the R word. Like if you accuse people of being R, that's very powerful nowadays. You got to be really careful that you can really use that to really get people banned and striked and everything else. So be really, really careful with that. Don't throw that around without caution. So, Well, thank you, Craig, but I'm not in the club, so that's never going to happen. But I do appreciate that. That's fun. Yeah, don't play victim. That's not good. If you do that, you're too powerful. We live in a system where you're too powerful at pretending to be a victim to get others shut down. You pretend to be a victim to shut people down. So your victimhood pretending, you're acting basically, your victimhood acting is powerful to shut people down. So be very careful. It's like crying in the workplace. Crying in the workplace is very powerful. If someone does something and you start crying, especially if you're female. So if you start crying, I consider that to be, I call that a power move, because basically what you're doing is you're using your victimhood to win against the other person. Very, very powerful, and I don't appreciate when people do that to me. And they do it. You know, it's the type of system we live in now, so it's what it is. Okay, let's see what else. Any good questions before we wrap? Because it's going to be 11:40. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the episode of Fear. I thought it was great. The Virginia stuff was awesome. And June, awesome, absolutely. Thank you guys for all the support and everything else. Yeah, the zombie tiger looks fantastic in Army of the Dead. Can't wait to see it. Okay. What did you say, Jamal? You said, what do you think of the Juice WRLD theory of him being alive? Who being alive? Which person? Juice. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about with Juice? Oh, thank you, Liquor Beaver. I appreciate it. Hey, man, tonight's episode, you didn't like Fear's episode, huh, Liquor? Really, man? I thought it was great, man. You didn't like the Virginia deal at the end with June? Follow me up with that. I want to see why. Tell me why you didn't like it. I'll stay just so I can see why you didn't like it. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, that's right. Basically, you don't know you don't understand our system. That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct in the way that I'm thinking of it. Maybe not the way you're thinking of it. Semantically, yes. If you play a victim and you claim that someone is being R to you or is discriminating against you, that's and they're not, right? Let's be clear that they're not actually doing that, right? If you do that, that's very, very powerful. And yes, people do get banned like crazy, censored like crazy for all of that. So be very, very careful with doing that kind of stuff. Unless you want to get the person shut down, then I understand that that's what you're doing and that's intentional. But don't be so stupid as to think the other way around. No comment, Jack. No response to yours. Okay, what did he say? Zombie apocalypse. What did Liquor Beaver say there? Okay, let's see. Maybe he's still typing. Okay, there we go. We got it. Not at all. I predicted Dakota being her daughter. Oh, you did. Cool. Sherry was awful too. Well, that was a good prediction. You got it exactly right. Yeah, Dakota's Virginia's daughter, and Sherry was awful too. Well, she tried, but Morgan stopped her, right? So it's what it is. But maybe you didn't like that Sherry didn't stay with Dwight after, and I understand that. I didn't really like that either. So Coilpot says, where can I watch World Beyond? Don't, Coilpot. Don't. That's where. Nowhere. Don't watch it. I don't know. You could probably watch it on AMC. Check on the web, see what you can find for World Beyond. If you missed it, you want to watch it, go ahead. Yeah, so, okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. I basically, you lost me. I don't know what you're talking about now. Okay, let's see. All right, Juice WRLD is a rapper, I believe. Okay, I don't know who Juice WRLD is. I know the Tupac Kill the MC one. Have you guys seen the Tupac Kill the MC? That one's really cool. If you haven't looked at it, look at Kill the MC and Jurassic 5. Jurassic 5. The popular idea is anyway that Tupac is a Kill the MC and that Biggie is Soup. That is his name after. In the rap group called Jurassic 5. That was in and around the time when they were there and then post. So when you had Tupac and Biggie and that stuff going on, and then right after them, you had the continuation of Jurassic 5. It's called What's Golden is one of the music videos you can watch. That's one of Jurassic 5's biggest hits with Tupac as a Kill the MC and Biggie as Soup. So check that out if you've never seen it. I don't know if it's true or not. It's probably not true, but it's just a fun. I know a lot of the theories, but I don't know Juice WRLD. I have no idea who he is. I've never heard a single song of his, so I'm sorry. I haven't researched it. I've got a search results page open here, and I don't know. I have heard the one that The Weeknd is Justin Bieber. Have you guys heard that one? And again, I don't know if any of these are true. I'm just spitballing. I'm just throwing these out there to hear your thoughts on it. I've heard the one that The Weeknd is Justin Bieber in like makeup and a deal, and I thought it was like, I thought it was not true. Okay, so I thought it was not true, but I thought, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool, fun to look at. I don't think it's correct, but Weeknd is weird looking. He's got like, it looks like he's wearing prosthetics or something. So I understand kind of what they did. I think he did a song at was it the Super Bowl or something, and there was like in the background it flashed Satan on the thing, like red and black, like Satan on the thing when he was performing. The Weeknd. So have you guys ever heard that one, that The Weeknd is Justin Bieber? That's funny, man. So it's good stuff. So I don't know who Juice is, man. I've never heard of this guy before. Wow. But check out A Kill the MC. That one's really cool. That one will blow your mind. You just look at it. And maybe they're just similar looking and they have similar teeth and stuff, but it's really cool. I think everybody's Googling, right? Anybody see A Kill the MC? Any thoughts on that? Probably have to look at it longer. Maybe I'll leave that with you guys for this week. Hey, we'll touch back on that next weekend. A Kill the MC is Tupac. Maybe not. Don't know. And but don't know about The Weeknd or Justin Bieber. The thing is I'm not a fan of the music, right? So because I'm not a fan of The Weeknd, I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber, I'm not going to take my time to go through it and actually check and see if there's any truth to it. Because sometimes they will do swap outs in the public spotlight. I know that. But I don't know, man. Because I'm not a fan, right? I'm not a fan of them. So that's why you got to be a fan of them. Otherwise, you're not going to go through the deal. So yeah. Anyway, I think we're good for tonight. Any final questions you guys want to talk about before we? Yeah, he doesn't look normal, Arian. Right, Arian Starks. Yeah. The Weeknd doesn't look normal at all. I think what they, if it's true, then they took him and they put like makeup on him. There's also some where you'll see his hand, and his hand doesn't look right either. Like it looks like it's like has the makeup on it or something to change his color. But definitely those ones are weird. If you switch someone's color, it's very weird. And it's I think it's difficult to tell. If they can do it successfully, it'd be like you could never tell it's the same person. But I don't know. I've never researched it. But definitely A Kill the MC is very cool. Check that one out. Oh, thanks, Ray. You don't have to do that, man. But Ray said, how long will it be before they hack into people's computers and delete what they don't like and make sure they can't get it back? Well, I think Microsoft can probably do that, Ray. I'm sure that if Billy Boy Bill Gates wants to do that, he could probably go into your stuff. I think he could go in through Microsoft to your accounts. If your computer's left on and asleep, they probably have a way they could get into it. I think they would leave a back door open, don't you think? To almost every system that's out there. I think so. I've never really researched that too much. That's like a Snowden type crap. They're like, it's like kind of obvious that yeah they are. But I don't know if there's any back doors open so they could remote control to different systems. I would imagine there probably would be. But I shut down my computer when I'm done using it just in case. So yeah. What happened to the good old days about trying to figure out who killed Negan? Yeah. Now we're trying to figure out if Tupac is still alive and is to kill the MC, right, Craig? So, have a good night, L2. We'll see you, man. Jeffrey says, come on, Crom, I don't know, all about roads lead to Egypt, not Rome, from Egypt to Atlantis, etc. Rome. I don't know what you guys are talking about there, man. Memory hole, yeah, that's right. Okay, what we leave, we take with us, no matter what, it's something, we're part of something, we learn to fly. Okay, well, very nice, Cheryl. I like that. Thanks, R3D. Are we having people join still, even though we're just wrapping up? I think we are. How do I White, just give in to them, White. Just give in to them, man. Don't fight it, man. Just go with it. It's popular now. White, go with it. Do it. I don't know, man. I'm just kidding around. Just have fun, man. That's all I say. Don't worry about it too much. Be who you are. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. And that's all I got to say. And screw what other people think. That's another one, too. Yeah, who cares? Okay. Yeah, hey, Adam. How you doing, man? He said, hope you're doing well. Been watching since I lived at your parents' house. Yeah, that's cool, man. That was like way back when. Yeah, it was my parents' house. Yep. Are you excited for Last of Us show? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Last of Us. This is going to be good. Yeah. Yeah, Chrome. They'll come back to that, right? More outer space than The Walking Dead. Outer space zombies. Zombies on the moon, right? You could do a show on that. That'd be fun. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the decade of viewership, and thanks for watching everything. You're awesome too, man. Becky says, worst villain in Walking Dead universe. Virginia? No. Worst villain in Walking Dead ever? I don't know, man. Who's the worst villain ever? I don't know. I don't know who I want to pick for worst villain ever. Maybe Dawn, with Dawn and Beth, if you guys remember, like season 5. Maybe she'd be like the worst villain ever. I don't know. Am I based, says Koopnik. What does that mean, Koopnik? Like, what does that mean to you? What does it mean to you to be based? What does that mean? And I think I got to go, guys. We're going pretty long here. So thank you for all the support tonight. Ray, have fun with your podcast tonight. Everybody else, thanks Liquor Beaver, thanks Jay, and everybody else for all the great questions, comments, fun stuff. I think we had a good time tonight, and I hope nobody gets offended by any of these videos. We're just having fun, guys. That's it. And again, you don't have to agree with all that. Like, don't get mad at me, Justin Bieber fans or Weeknd fans, because there's a theory that they're the same person. Okay, don't get mad at me for that. All right, I'm just telling you, there's a theory. I don't know if it's true. It's probably not. But imagine it was. It'd be kind of cool. I just like to talk about it because it's just fun. You know, I don't necessarily mean they're all true. I know which ones, like some of them that are true, but it doesn't mean they're all true. It's just that it's fun stuff. Anyway, have a great night, guys, and I'll see you back again soon. Thank you, LD, for the Patreon support. Patreon.com/TrevsChan2. Jeff, have a good night, and I'll see you guys all again soon. We'll do another one next Sunday, and we'll have some videos this week for you guys. All right, have a good week, guys, and I'll see you back in soon. As always, it's Trev, saying peace. Trev and M, saying peace. Later, guys. Have a good